Run when the rhythm's right. Go into the night. Go until you're out of sight and you're out of my mind. Run when the rhythm's right. Go into the night. Floating as the river flows, easy as it goes to the ocean. So walk on by, I've got no reason to love you, but I do, I do, I do. So walk on by, I've got no reason to love you, but I do, I do, I do. Show me colors of the sky, but all I see is gray. You lost me when you lied. Promise me, but you never tried. Secrets in your eye, you go and run, I'll hide. Show me colors of the sky, but all I see is gray. You lost me when you lied. I don't ever wanna be crowned, just another prize. It breaks my heart, heart, breaks my heart, 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 breaks my heart, 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 breaks my heart, 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 breaks my heart. Lost in the midnight blue shadows of the moon. Here with open arms for you, feeling something so new. Said with me you'd reach the sun. Oh, but we were so young. Love me till the summer's done, but keep me in your heart, so I hold on. So walk on by, I've got no reason to love you, but I do, I do, I do. So walk on by, I've got no reason to love you, but I do, I do, I do. Show me colors of the sky, but all I see is gray. You lost me when you lied. Promise me, but you never tried. Secrets in your eye, you go and run, I'll hide. Show me colors of the sky, but all I see is gray. You lost me when you lied. I don't ever wanna be crowned, just another prize. It breaks my heart. Colors of the sky, breaks my heart. All I see is colors of the sky, but all I see is colors of the sky. Colors of the sky, but all I see is colors of the sky. But all I see is colors of the sky. Colors of the sky, but all I see is colors of the sky. All I see is colors of the sky. to the ground now, and somehow I feel like you don't know me. Shook me to the ground now, I don't even know how. Brought me to a life that you never showed me. Coming from the locked up ghost of yourself, but you're coming from the light. There's more to you than you ever thought there was. Yeah, you're coming from the light.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome. My name is Resorty, and to you, one and all, I say hello, friends. Welcome back. Welcome. It is a Saturday here, a Friday probably where you are. Hey, look, it's Noms.
Hello.
How are you, Noms?
I'm alright.
Music's kind of loud, my apologies.
Oh
Oh
boy.
boy, it's alright. You have your little hood on.
I have my little hood on. It's raining.
Is it actually raining here in Tokyo?
Yeah, it just suddenly started coming down really hard like 10 minutes ago.
Oh,
10
okay.
minutes ago. Yeah,
That's unfortunate.
Everything was normal, and then it went. Also, I swear I heard American Canadian voices next door. Because I was just sitting there doing stuff on my phone, not thinking anything, and then I thought, wait, that I hear coming through the open window is not Japanese.
Yeah, when you say next door, do you mean our adjacent neighbor?
This
here?
way.
That way, okay. I mean...
Through the window.
You said the
Yeah.
last week you saw some
Yeah.
people walking down our
Yeah.
street, which is a dead-end street,
Yeah.
and they appeared to you to be non-Japanese people,
Yeah.
and possibly Americans or Canadians.
Yeah, they were speaking with American or Canadian accents.
Yeah, and you said to yourself, no, this is our area. We're the Americans who've claimed it already.
Yeah.
But that's great.
We already came here and put our flag down, man.
Yeah, we definitely display a flag out here. No one has flags anywhere. That's great, though. Look at you finding new friends.
I don't know that they're friends.
They're just people.
Yeah, they're just people. I don't know. There could be they could be in an Airbnb or something.
It's possible. They could be our students. This is possible,
I can
too.
open the window and say, "Hey,
Yeah, definitely do that. Definitely.
who are those English speakers?"
So the reason I was hoping that the people who are immediately adjacent to us are American or Canadian is because it would be so funny. Because the very first time that you spoke with him, the man of the house, you could tell he was not Japanese, but you all had a conversation in Japanese, and you're relatively sure that he's more comfortable in some other language than Japanese.
Gosh, I should hope so.
But you're not. But you're not quite sure.
Gauging from his Japanese, gosh, I should hope so.
But you're not quite sure how to ask that conversation, or ask that question of,
Yeah.
may we speak some other language? Because you can do a variety of other languages as well.
Yeah, I think it's just that growing up, I over and over, I got the question of like, oh, where are you really from?
Right, sure.
And I don't want to subject people to that now here.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm thinking the question could be some form of, is there another language in which you'd prefer to speak? But even that sounds very awkward.
It does.
So I don't
Because
know.
it's like, well, this isn't going well now, is it? So what would work for you, little
Yeah,
buddy? Like,
yeah.
it's a little bit patronizing.
Yeah, I'm sure there's like some cross-cultural book on what to do with this. Or we can just be patronizing. That's fine too.
Yeah. I mean, he knows I speak English, right? Because I told him that we're from America.
It's true.
So he said, oh, so your English must be good.
Yeah.
And I think I said it's better than my Japanese. So I think I have opened that door as wide as I could passively open it.
Yeah, time to move away from the passive. Time to go to the active. And
I
say,
don't
look
even-
here,
I don't even
you.
know the man's name. I told him my name. I told him where we're from, and he said, mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is why you have to be aggressive and say, look here, you.
He's
we are
from a non-reciprocating culture, or he's just a jerk.
possibly that. But he's our neighbor. We need to make better neighbors. Like, my favorite neighbor, of course, is the one who has the rose bushes. We have a
Yeah.
neighbor who has rose bushes, and he came out and spoke to me one time, and then I thought we were going to have a chance to speak this week also, because he was out front cleaning up his rose petals that had fallen on the ground, because they're trash, surely.
And then he saw people coming, and
He saw people coming, and
he said, I don't want to have social interaction.
he ran away back into his home. And so, okay, well, no conversation this week. That's fine. But
He's like, I'm not prepared for this American conversation. I need to go home and write out my script and memorize it.
it is true. Hello, Gelizar. Hello, Freak. How's it going, Pepper? Good seeing you. Axix, welcome. I apologize. I haven't done any hellos yet. Silent,
Yeah.
hi, friend.
Hello.
Jack, how you doing? Are you yawning?
I'm sorry.
Giant yawns. We're trying to get like
not giant,
big,
it's not
good
giant.
energy going, but Nam's oh, it's sleepy time.
Not a giant yawn. It was a micro yawn.
Micro yawn, okay. Hello to Kat. How's it going, Jim? Welcome, Marks. A pleasure as always, Paul Harvey, and welcome every single one of you. Jamor asked the question, why do I tie the knot the way I tie it? This is the easiest knot, I do believe. It is the 4 in hands knot. Is that true? No, it's the half Nelson, I don't know the names.
It's a wrestling knot.
It's a half Windsor, I believe it's actually called. But no, it's the one knot I can do consistently with my hands without thinking, and so I can tie it while
With
talking.
your hands.
With my hands.
As opposed to... I wasn't sure if you meant like you needed to use a prop to do the other ones.
No, it very much is just, I can do, like, these parts operate automatically while this part is flapping along.
Oh, okay.
There are other knots I kind of know how to do, but they require me to be silent and look at myself in a mirror and think very hard still.
I think there's like all sorts of crazy tie knots that people have like even invented.
Oh yeah. There's some that have like multiple internal knots and so on. And back when I first started wearing a tie, people would tease me like, "Oh, you're not going to make the effort to make the Irish cross with double doubloons, like, or other knots like this." And no, I'm not. No, because eventually I become tiny resorty down here, and then no one can see my knot. And why does it matter?
That seems like a very hipstery thing.
Which part's the hipstery thing?
Fancy knots.
Oh, sure. I mean, I understand if one likes how it looks. I understand if one likes the particular, like, accentuation it gives to one's look. But if it's just a matter of, like, showing off, no, probably not.
This could be like your thing for teaching. You can start wearing a tie for teaching and start doing all sorts of intricate things, and your students will be like, "Oh, that's so awesome!"
Why can't I just be, like, colorful sock guy? That's always my favorite.
Everybody is colorful sock guy now.
I know.
Everybody is.
Yeah, no, I don't.
And it also requires no effort.
It's true.
but to buy different colored socks.
Yeah, in undergrad, I had a professor who was a pocket watch guy, and he would pull out a pocket watch midway through class and see what time it was, then twirl it away.
Yeah.
Charming initially, then just kind of weird. But no, I'm okay not being any particular kind of guy.
Yeah.
I'm just some guy, and that's good enough. Okay, very good. Yesterday, what did we do? Yeah, yesterday I went off to the hospital right after stream and saw my colleague friend, and it was a nice conversation. As I mentioned before, he is there because his son is unwell. That said, his son should be going back tomorrow, back to home tomorrow or early next week, and they're very excited for that. It was kind of a strange conversation because the first thing is the location we chose. Midway up the University of Tokyo Medical Center, there's a convenience store. It's not a 7-Eleven, but it may as well be a 7-Eleven.
Yeah, who owns it?
I think it's owned just by them.
Ooh.
It's a private convenience store.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely that. And
A hospital store.
hospital
Yeah.
convenience store. And so there you can get...
Did it contain like teddy bears and balloons, like that
No,
kind of thing?
it's not a gift store.
Okay.
It's a food store primarily, and like newspapers and things like that.
Okay.
And so you can get food there, you can get meals to heat up in a microwave, that kind of thing, drinks, coffee, all of that, like a standard small store. And there's like an eating area inside of there. And then next door, right outside, there's like a patio, which is, I don't know, not huge, but probably a place for 40 or so people to sit.
Oh, that's pretty big.
A good amount of space.
That's pretty
For
big,
Tokyo
yeah.
especially, a good amount of space outside. But you're not allowed to take any food or drink outside. So if you want to have some food, have some coffee, you got to sit inside. If you want to enjoy the outside air, you can't take anything with you. And I don't exactly know the reason for that rule.
Yeah.
I thought maybe
Garbage?
they were concerned about garbage being left out there. Though that doesn't really seem like a Japanese concern because most Japanese people are incredibly attentive to their trash. I wondered if maybe they're concerned about patients going outside of camera range and drinking or eating when it's not supposed to.
Like in the bathroom where they could do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea why it is. But because we wanted some outside air, we just went and sat outside and...
Didn't have anything to drink.
Didn't have anything to drink. Coffee would have been nice. I hadn't actually eaten lunch in preparation for a big meal, and That also
Big meal.
Big meal didn't happen also. But, I mean, it was a good conversation. It was good to just see him, and he was so appreciative I went down even for a very short period.
He was probably appreciative because it was an especially short period.
It was a very, very short
You
period.
were hoping to get more of his time.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's about 45 minutes to an hour to get down there, and the same on the way back.
Yeah.
And so I think I expect to spend at least that amount of time hanging
Yeah.
out with him.
Well, you snuck some extra minutes, right?
Yeah, it was a little bit longer than he said it was going to be initially, which is fine and good. A little bit good seeing you. Hello, Zacatera. How's it going, Agonarch? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so it was strange, though, because on the one hand, he wanted to give me an update on his child, and he said directly, and what questions do you have about my son?
Yeah.
Which is a nice invitation.
Yeah.
It's a willingness to go into some harder topics.
Yeah.
But it felt like such a loaded moment then.
Yeah.
Where I had to come up with exactly the right question to
Yeah.
ask on the spot. And I didn't have the right questions. And so instead I said, like, hey, how are you doing? Hey, how's he doing? And it stayed relatively superficial on the medical side. And then he left it open. If I wanted to talk about other things, I could. If I wanted to ask more questions on the kid, if I wanted my prurient curiosities about his brain function, I could do that. But I didn't quite know what to do, and so we just talked about books.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if he's read some, like, guidebook or something that says, like, when you are talking to people, they may not know how to engage you in that, so you may need to open the door by saying, like, well, like, inviting them to ask questions or something.
It's possible. I mean,
Yeah.
he is someone who follows processes pretty directly.
Mm-hmm.
He's someone who does not like uncertainty, and so it is possible he is reading some book on here's how to help your friends understand your child who's ill. But yeah, no, we talked about books entirely, and I think he appreciated that. I think he enjoyed having a fun conversation with some laughter when he was actually just feeling profoundly stressed and sad and all the rest. So, anyway, that was the big news for yesterday. It was fun. I'm glad we did that. He's taking the next semester off, or trimester off from teaching. He'll probably be back in the fall, he says, but I'm going to try to go over and see him at least occasionally over the next few months, because I think he's the kind of person who get hyper-fixated on the sad stuff and hyper-fixated on his son. And so I want to help him have some distance from that if possible.
You can teach him how to yo-yo or something.
I could teach him how to yo-yo. I mean, like I said, he gets so fixated. I asked him what he'd been reading in hospital, because he's been there with the kid 24/7 for about a week and a half, I believe, now.
Okay.
And so I said, like, what have you read? How have you filled time? And he says, honestly, Rizordi, I've read about 5 pages. I read 5 pages aloud to my son. And I said, well, what'd you read him? He's like, Philip Roth. So not appropriate material any measure. But yeah, he's not being able to do much but worry about his kid. And I get that, but it's sad. Hello, Dory. Welcome back to you. How's it going today? Other than that, what did we do yesterday? Oh, please.
Oh, no, I was thinking about, there's also this thing where if you feel like if you spent your time on something else, then you feel guilty about it.
Sure.
Even though, like, I think I have repeatedly said, like, it's a good thing that the child is really not very old, so they won't remember it at all.
Yeah. I mean, what he said, though, is because the kid's so young, they're actually not really able to tell what kind of damage has been done to him.
Yeah.
They know what parts of the brain have been impinged upon, bruised, and dead, I believe. But they don't know how it's going to affect cognitive or physical function.
Yeah.
And that's hard for someone who doesn't like ambiguity.
Yeah, I think that's really scary. But, I don't know. Small comfort, perhaps, to know that. And also, I mean, this is kind of, we were talking about Zoom and, like, people learning remotely earlier, but I mean, it is a small comfort to know that the child doesn't have an experience of having been able to do something and not being able to do it and now being frustrated and stuff like that.
We'll see. I think the thing that makes me happiest is he has some parents who really care about him. He's getting treatment at what is definitely the best.
It's like a Harvard medical
Yeah,
school
it's the best
equivalent of
hospital
it.
in Japan, and I wouldn't doubt if it's one of the best in Asia.
Probably so.
Possibly the best in Asia. And so he's getting really, really good care, and that's good. But I just want to be a good friend. That's how it goes. All right, off that topic then. Also, last night, usually it's date night. We go out for Indian dinner, but we did not do that because Noms knows I like to do one outing a day. And so having gone to the hospital, I was ready to go and have some dinner somewhere, but Noms very sweetly said, how about we just order a pizza and stay at home? And so we did that.
Yeah, and by one outing a day, you mean one outing to do one thing a day. Whereas I prefer to do one outing with multiple stops so that I can get the most out of the most bang for my train buck, right? Because I don't want to waste money on transportation if I'm not doing other things too.
Yeah, I'm okay with making a second stop if it's for a necessity. So, for example, like yesterday I went to the hospital, and had I needed to pick up some bread on the way home, fine. But no, you're very much a planner, you're a efficiency person. I'm a that's enough effort, time to go play Football Manager kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fine. I think there's different people, and that's okay. But yeah, I'm a one outing a day person.
I agree. It is not efficient.
That's true, and that's fine. Efficiency is not the goal of life. It's the goal of machines, and we are not machines.
Am I a machine?
I hope not.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so instead of doing that, we went ahead and did ourselves a movie night in.
Yes, you had a half a movie night in.
Yeah, I don't know. So, Nam's been wanting to show me a movie for quite a while.
Yeah.
It's a movie that you liked quite a bit.
I went and saw it in the theater. I didn't know what it was going to be.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, here we go. I wanted to be supportive of the local theater and the person who was doing the programming, who was bringing in kind of like non-blockbuster hits, like kind of little, smaller films that weren't as famous. And so I wanted to be supportive because I knew that there were like 4 people that ever showed up to these, so I wanted to be one of those people.
Oh yeah, and definitely when we were living near the local theater, I was happy to go to their shows also. I think it's really important to support local theater, etc. That said, we got some DVDs, which is fine and good. Like that's how we get movies here primarily, unless we're streaming them.
Mm-hmm. And this one has not been available streaming unless we wanted to pay money, which of course does not want to pay money.
Yeah, there have been so many films recently. I'm like, we could rent that one. Nam goes, $12. No.
Oh, I say $5. No,
it's true.
No, yeah.
And then, of course, we occasionally go to the theater, and it's $15 per person.
But it's a whole experience.
It's a whole experience.
And we don't do it, like, all the time.
It's true.
We do it,
Anyway.
like, once every few months.
So the film was Sorry to Bother You. Sorry to Bother You, satire, biting commentary on racial politics and capitalism and gosh, all the rest. And I just fell asleep repeatedly.
Yeah.
I the setup of the film I found pretty interesting, and I was engaged and good to go. And then after a certain point, I kind of saw where it was going. I kind of saw how it was going. The satire went from like the believable with some suspension to the impossible to believe this is absurd.
Oh yeah, I think that's intentional.
Yeah, it just
they call it surreal, right?
Yeah, I think in the exact same way as Everything Everywhere All at Once, surreality and I do not mix together on satire. I do well with surrealness. Like there was this movie Robin Williams did a dramatic role. I can't remember what it's called, but it was like some like surreal film about life after death. And
What Dreams May Come.
What is that? What's called? What Dreams May Come?
Yes, it's the Shakespeare quote.
Yeah, and like definitely it was.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, I think it was weird, and I enjoyed it anyway. But I think satire and surrealness, I just don't fully know what to do with. And so what I did with them was fall asleep.
Yep.
Yeah, just fell asleep.
Yep.
I mean, I think the same thing would have happened for me with Everything Everywhere All at Once had we not been in such a loud movie theater.
And it was so loud.
loud.
I think it's because it was an IMAX. It was so loud.
Yeah. So I think I'm definitely on the, one thumb slightly down with respect to the film last night.
You didn't watch it, so you wouldn't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess it's not fair of me to offer judgment on this one. In the same way, it's not fair of me to offer judgment on Everything Everywhere, etc. because I don't speak Mandarin or read Japanese. So who knows? Whichever way.
Yeah, the movie wasn't as good as I remembered it, but I think I was really pleasantly surprised by it the first time. Also, I think, this came out in 2018, so a bunch of other kind of race and class commentary satires have come out between now and then.
Yeah.
So it looks less kind of fresh than it did when I saw it.
Yeah, as I've said many times, I think films that are often early in finding a way of talking about and responding to a cultural form often seem incredibly on the nose and ham-fisted from a few years on. I've mentioned before Philadelphia, that Academy Award-winning movie about about AIDS and the acceptance of people with AIDS now just seems like stupid.
Schlocky?
Schlocky, yeah. It's the kind of thing I can imagine a first-year art student writing. Like, we're all people here. Don't you understand that I'm a person? Like, of course.
Is that what Tom Hanks's lines
It
would read like?
may as well be that, yes. And so I think that the film from last night, like, I think by now, for most Americans, the conversation about race and maybe not all Americans, but hopefully us at least, about race and about class are just kind of known. Yeah.
This was, it was definitely after 99, the 99% and like
Yeah, sure.
Pie.
Sure.
Because it kind of had bits of that too.
Where would you rate it on the do not watch ever? Like, it's better to stab yourself in the eye than watch this one, or I could watch it eternally.
I thought I could watch it eternally, and then I watched it again, and I was not so sure. I got a little tired. It was longer than I remembered. I thought it was a zippier. I remembered it to be a zippier film.
See, isn't that the great thing about movie theaters? You walk into them, and they're a time machine often. Unless the film is too long. But occasionally you walk out and it's dark suddenly.
You have to pee.
You have to pee, you have to go get more refills. Do we do refills here in Japan?
Nope.
I didn't think so. Also, they never fill the soda all the way. They leave like inch and a half or so.
A very large head.
Yeah, completely open. And I initially thought it was to avoid spillage, but they do that even if they have a cap on it.
Maybe they just fill it up the once, and then the foam dies down, and that's what you get, buddy.
Maybe so. Yeah.
You don't, like, top off. I can't wait until some American goes in and says, hey, would you top this off?
Oh, I'm sure they do. And I'm sure they say no.
And they say, oh, okay. No, I'm sure they're used to it by now. They're probably like, okay.
But I thought one of the rules here is you don't ask for special treatments. I guess
But
if you violate that,
they don't
right?
know it,
If you violate
right?
that, then you might get it.
Then they're
yeah.
the customer, so you have to be nice to them, right?
Perhaps.
What was I gonna say? Get out.
We have a question to answer. What kind of pizza, though? We tried a new pizza place last night when we hadn't done before. It's a Neapolitan-style delivery pizza. That's right?
Yeah, it's called, what, Salvatore?
Yeah,
They
Pizza
have
Salvatore.
a number of different, it's a chain. They have locations all over the Tokyo.
All over Tokyo, indeed. And so we got one that was quattro formaggio, including some gorgonzola cheese, and delicious.
Yeah, these are probably the two most popular pizzas in Japan, just in general, like the type of pizza. Quattro formaggio and margherita.
Are they?
Oh, yeah.
I thought that the, let's put some nonsense mayonnaise on it, and here comes some shrimp.
I don't think everybody likes those.
Oh, I
think,
see.
like, you can go to any place that serves pizza, and you will get those two for sure.
I see.
Offer.
I got it. So, like, sort of the standard pizzas.
Yeah, like, they're
Got
the
it.
equivalent of cheese and pepperoni.
I see.
Right, is quattro formaggio and margherita.
Yes, we got
Yeah.
those. It was
Yeah.
tasty. I enjoyed it.
I enjoy that quattro formaggio in Japan often includes cheeses like gorgonzola.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's quite the burst of flavor unexpectedly.
Yeah.
And a really nice flavor of that. And it came along with
Honey.
honey. Yeah, absolutely honey.
But that's a Japanese thing. I don't know if it's solely Japanese. I don't know if it originates from Italy or something. But yeah, like that drizzling honey on your quattro
Super
formaggio
tasty.
cheese pizza is a thing.
Is ketchup on pizza a thing or a meme? I'm sure there's somewhere here we get ketchup on pizza. They put ketchup on eggs regularly.
They also put ketchup on spaghetti.
Yep.
They call it Napolitan.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I think I definitely had that as a child growing up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I haven't seen ketchup on pizza here. I have seen corn on pizza. Just big spoonfuls, of corn. That's how it goes.
There was one. So they had 3 featured pizzas that were part of their spring fair, and one was like, oh, what was it?
Let me interrupt you because this story might go long. We have an ad break coming in about 40 seconds. If you're going to catch the ads, I apologize. We'll go and talk through this time. It's all just be talking about pizza, surely. And then after the ad break, we'll start moving towards video game time.
Yeah.
Because, I've got to get stuff done today.
I just remember it had like cabbage and white bait.
Yeah, these are 2 things that are very popular in Japan that, one, I just don't eat, and the other one I don't want to eat any more of. So cabbage is on everything. It's often used in the way that iceberg lettuce is used in salads here in the U.S. It is just kind of filler, but cabbage is thrown in a little more density, a little more something else. Hey,
Flavor,
here comes some cabbage.
It's super cheap,
Yep.
and
Yeah, and so that's fine. And then whitebait is
It's a little tiny baby fish.
a little tiny baby fish. It's white. It's a. I mean, this is the thing that initially we thought were onions on pastries. So they're like fried onions.
No, yeah, what? Yeah, that's right.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And they were, small fish instead. It's really, really salty.
It's kind of like, well, it doesn't have that kind of umami maybe that
Yep.
like anchovies do.
Sure.
But they're cured, little tiny baby fish. So I
Yeah.
think it's used roughly the same way that one might use, say, Parmesan cheese, right? It's just adds salt.
Absolutely right. Yeah, and so this is really popular on a lot of dishes. And then like the sudden inclusion of fish eggs here and there are also quite surprising over time.
Mentaiko.
Mentaiko, absolutely, and roe in general.
I did have kimchi yesterday as part of my lunch.
Yeah, I mean kimchi and sauerkraut are both fine. It's not that
Cabbage!
It's not that I'm anti-cabbage. It's just the propensity of Japanese chefs to throw some more cabbage into everything gets me in a big, big way.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
one of our now deceased colleagues he said, when you go to the grocery store and you look at the pre-prepared salads, if they look too cheap, you got to hold it up and turn it upside down because it'll be like half cabbage at the
Absolutely
bottom.
right. Yeah, well, again, it's fine. It's just, it's too much. It's too much cabbage eternally.
What I like is that it does hold up well
It
over
does.
time and to dressing.
Yeah, where
Right.
the iceberg lettuce will occasionally
Sure.
wilt very quickly and then kind of gets soft and not
Yeah.
great with saucing. Yeah.
Saucing.
Saucing.
Yeah,
Dressing is the word, yeah.
Cabbage also holds up to sauteing nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often is fish oil used? So, though it's the case we try very hard not to eat meat, it's impossible to avoid fish sauce here and fish dashi.
Yeah, fish sauce or fish oil, I don't know. Fish sauce is used mostly in Thai cooking.
Yeah.
Which we eat.
We do, yeah.
And fish sauce you can taste, so you know when it's there.
Yeah, so here in Japan, our attempt on the eating is just no large hunks of meat, ideally. If we said we're not going to have anything cooked with fish broth or fish oil or fish sauce, we would have to cook at home.
Although I will say, this week, somebody who was setting up a lunch event reached out to me and said, here are 2 vegetarian options for lunch. One has fish stock in it, one does not use fish stock. Which do you prefer? And I didn't want to be a jerk, so I said, really, thank you so much for even looking into them, and I know that like fish dashi is really hard to avoid, so I'm really fine with whatever's easiest and cheaper for the school.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. I mean, that said, I wonder if that's are these like executive bento companies or so they're probably aiming towards a higher end market where people will make discriminations like that more often. I think the average bento company has nothing of the sort.
No.
Yeah.
They just throw hunks of meat into your rice.
Absolutely right.
Because it's bonus. Most people would go, ooh, bonus! My rice has meat in it.
The thing that always throws me off here is, in the U.S., if a dish is tofu XYZ, it usually is meaning tofu as meat substitute. Here, tofu added means meat additive. So it'll often be like a tofu dish with some pork too.
Yeah.
It's always kind of surprising. So, yeah. Kaden Killa, I saw your question, looked at that now. Where you are, it's 87 degrees, feels like 95 with 68% humidity. Yeah, we lived in some pretty humid parts of the Midwest for a while there. We don't miss the humidity at all. It does get fairly humid here.
It gets really humid here.
Later in the summer, and that's when my one outing a day becomes no outing a days, thank you.
Except when you have to go teach.
Yeah, I don't have to go teach, but I get a cab every day, I've decided. Air conditioning to the front. No, it's fine.
You know we don't pay for your transportation.
I'll find a way to get the receipt to say, like, important school supplies. I'll turn that in.
You know what you need? You need one of those little vests that the construction workers wear in the summer with the little fans in them.
Yeah, they're amazing. These little air vests that blow cooled air onto your chest. Now, I'll be fine to teach, of course, but yeah, I'm very happy to be away from one kind of hot weather, but unfortunately we're with another one. But not yet. Today's just raining a little bit and not too warm yet because the big old, what's it called? The big old monsoon season has not come yet.
Oh.
Yeah, it's spring, then monsoon season. So much rain for a couple weeks.
And then there's also tsuyu,
There's Suyu also.
which is not monsoon season, but it's like gently misting constantly for a long time season.
Yeah, I like the rain though. I really like the rain in
think
Tokyo.
Seoul will be fun.
As I said before, I wouldn't like it as much if we were driving all the time.
Yeah.
But for walking, rain is nice. As long as we have our little umbrellas. But yeah, then comes the summer, and that's awful. Hey, civilians, it's not like it's Singapore heat. Yeah. I think we've talked at various points about like where to retire someday, and I always jokingly say like, how about the north of the U.S.
Yeah,
to
it would
avoid.
be so much fun to deal with snow.
That's
when
exactly
we're
the
old.
issue. Yeah, I don't want to be old man out there shoveling the snow. There's kind of a joy in that sometimes, but yeah, getting away from the heat is probably number one priority.
Yeah, I don't remember who I was talking to yesterday where I was telling them that you are a condo cat.
Condo cat.
Where I realized, even when we were in the States, we realized that you are a condo cat. Oh, it was my assistant.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because once again, she was concerned about whether you were adjusting okay here.
I'm fine.
Everybody is so concerned about how you're adjusting.
So the problem is I don't talk about streaming at campus.
Yeah.
So people think that I come in and teach my 2 classes and then come home and sit sadly and look at the wall.
Yeah.
If I was been a little bit more outgoing about like, don't worry, I stand at home and talk to people all around the world and that's fine. I just don't want to talk about what people at school though. So yeah, I mean, as long as I'm on a stable schedule, I'm happy to live anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, largely.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Well, and apparently many people in my position, and just in general, like don't stick around because not because they don't like it, but because their family is having difficulty.
Yeah.
That's why everyone's so concerned about Little Resorty.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that people want to make things as nice as possible for me here, but at some level, it is a just don't worry about it. I really am fine. Stable internet connection, and I'll be a-okay.
Yeah, I mean, I told her that you're a condo cat, so this agrees with you more than having a large house that you have to maintain the outside flashing and all of the landscaping and then the lawn mowing and the snow shoveling.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
the car.
Like I've said before, the other day I went outside and I washed the front stoop and I pulled some weeds and I washed the mailbox, and that was awesome. I do not want to do any more outside work than that.
Can you imagine mowing the lawn for like 2 hours in the summer here?
Yeah.
Especially because you don't like the riding mower. Could you imagine push mowing?
I mean, we did it
here?
in Nebraska. I did it when I lived in Indiana. I've done it in Illinois. It's hot and it's terrible, and why would anyone enjoy this? Yeah. If we never have a lawn again, I'm absolutely fine.
Condo kitty.
Condo kitty all the way. Yeah, we'll see how it
Condo
goes.
kitty.
See how it goes. Cajun Killa has a recommendation for a podcast for you. It's about late Bronze Age and early Iron Age of the Mediterranean. So pre-Roman, I guess. And set up there. It's awesome. Lawns are barbaric. I agree. I agree. Yeah.
Here it's just rocks.
It's just rocks. Yep, rocks with some weeds in it. Easy to pull. That said, our neighbor has not done any weeding in
Maybe
8 months
he
now.
wants nature. Maybe he wants a little lawn of his own.
It just does not look. It does not look right in any measure. So,
There's some people who have laid out AstroTurf.
They have.
Because they want it to
have.
look like.
Yeah, I mean, because it's a rental location, I suspect that eventually he'll get a letter from the landlord, or the neighbors will complain to the police, because they complain to the police about everything.
Oh my.
We'll see.
Oh
This
my.
game is so realistic. I swear we're going to gaming soon. It's just my Saturday morning, and so we have some chit-chat time. It's all very good, but yeah, gaming is coming someday. Someday. As far as keeping a lawn weed-free with no moss, we had some friends in our last town who were strongly opposed to use of fertilizers and weed killers and so on. One of them was a geologist who worked on like water and rock interactions and so on, and he's really concerned like phosphite levels, and it was really impressive to see how much he like knew and cared about the consequences of how he'd treat his lawn. But because of that, despite that, he still wanted like the solid green lawn. And so he'd go out there and like dig out each and every
They
weed.
would be pulling weeds for hours and hours. on
Yeah,
weekends.
and he would have like hot water in a kettle and go pour it onto this plant, and it was impressive how dedicated he was despite those beliefs, to keeping it just the way he wanted it. Because I think most people on that street just got huge amounts of fertilizer.
Oh yeah, you could tell in the spring. It
smelled so bad.
It smelled.
Yeah.
The fertilizer and the weed killer and the bug killer. Yeah, I've heard though, like, depending on where you live, right? Like where we lived there, it was basically kind of suburban, so it would have been hard to get to the state, but depending on where you live, like, it takes a long time to establish, but once it's established, it does a very good job of self-weeding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. Yeah, I mean, as I said before, I had a friend who just let her lawn go totally natural, and then they passed a law to stop that. Yeah, I'm always glad when my friends lead to changes in city laws. I have at least 2 friends I know of who have done that regularly.
Oh boy.
It's good stuff. What else we got past that? Oh yeah, today 2 things are happening. Number 1, very exciting. Number 2, we'll see. Number 1, I'm going to get a haircut. We're going to a different province across the river. Prefecture, sorry, not province. Across the river to go see my old barber, and I'm really excited for that. And I hope he's happy to see me too. If he treats me like just any other customer, I'll be a little sad, but.
I mean, he's probably really excited about any customer he gets right now because he started a new shop.
He did start a new shop. That said, he had a post on his Line account recently that said, "We're very busy." So
nice.
I think he's getting people coming in. I don't know if it's friends and family at this point, or if he had enough local connections to get customers right away. Whichever way, I'm very excited for it. In celebration of his new shop, I opted not only for the men's cutto, but also the relaxing shavu. And yeah.
I was gonna say, do you recall that you asked for the relaxing shave, and then he said,
"It's true. I asked for the relaxing shave, the eyebrow trim, and the men's cut." But he said because they're just open, they're doing a special in which you can upgrade for more cheaply to all 3 of these together. Yeah, it's exciting. Exciting. So we'll see how this goes. So I've not been shaving in a week or so. I worry that's been a little long, and you say, "Nope, too long. No relaxing shavu for you." But
I know, and what is relaxing? Is that when they put a hot towel on your face?
Yeah, I think they're going to do like the hot towel on your face. I've seen some men
get a little scalp massage
at the last shop getting clay masks also.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Like, it's far more than I'd ever do usually. Like, usually I'm just a please cut my hair, I trust you, let's not talk at all kind of customer. But yeah, I wanted to give him more money to help him get started out, but I'm also interested in like what these services are like. Yeah, that's how it goes. There's a sharpen the straight razor in front of me. I mean, I know he's using a straight razor, and he's straight raised. That's not the word for it. Well, how do we conjugate the word razor or the verb to raise?
To razor?
To razor. I don't know.
Razored. Yeah, to razor.
He razored about my ears back when he got the haircuts here, and he was skillful and deft, and I didn't worry too much about his cutting off my ear. So we'll see how it goes today. We'll see. I'm going to the spa and getting cucumber eye covers. Gosh, we'll see.
Yeah, and meanwhile, I will be sitting there just reading a book.
I'm making poor Noms come along.
Your Japanese minder is along, and she's... It's like, no, it's not your Japanese minder. I feel like I'm your mommy or something. Like, mommy, let's take the kid to... And then she has to sit there and read a book while this is happening.
So I can go and take a haircut myself if we've established what we're doing. The problem is because we're starting somewhere new, there might be more routine and like, gotta get you into the computer, gotta figure this out. And so it is very helpful to have you along to translate that conversation for me. So thank you for coming along.
Yeah, I looked at places that we might go to eat around there.
Sounds good.
There's a ton of places. I don't know how to distinguish them.
That's right. We'll pick one. It'll be a lot of fun. I'll pay for lunch today in appreciation for your...
dinner.
I'll pay for dinner today in appreciation for your... in appreciation for that. Yeah. So this is the first time you referred to me as your son or you as my mother on stream. I need to avoid that because there was a streamer I watched regularly back in the days who was like a really sweet guy and I liked him a lot. But one time he jokingly referred to his wife as his mom-wife because she did the cooking and the cleaning. He's a bit of a man-child. And chat never stopped making that joke. Chat always would say, "You better go ask your mom-wife about that." Are you sure Mom Life is willing to pay for that? And it was
poor buddy.
destructive of his confidence, and he stopped streaming.
Oh.
Now, I don't think it was exactly because of that, but I think it really bothered him after a time. So
Poor buddy.
we're going to pretend that never happened, and I'll have to
Okay.
delete the VOD possibly.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
you're my wife.
Okay.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? I was also gonna talk about other things.
Talk about other things. Well, there's another thing to talk about for
Well,
today
sure,
also.
Sure.
So the other thing happening this afternoon, right after stream, good old veterinarian is going to come by again on the once every 3 days fentanyl check on Sasha Bear. Last night, possibly the night before, we were saying she's not really improved at all. She's not really doing any better. And so we'll probably say goodbye today. That said, last night into this morning, she seems like she's doing somewhat better.
Yeah, I mean, she still hides herself away and prefers not to interact with anybody, which is still kind of a problem.
But that's okay. I mean, if cats want to hide, they're welcome to hide. That said, when we got her out of her closet and took her to the bedroom, she was happy purry kitty, and she was friendly, and her breath smells better, and yeah, I think at this point, unless I've misread the situation, there's no particular reason to hasten unto death at this point.
Yeah, I think, much as happened when she first got diagnosed, she probably has an infection, and that probably was making her feel awful.
She gets infections pretty easily, unfortunately. Yeah. Now, with that said...
Because I think at that point you were like, should we kill her? We got her tumor biopsied, and it got infected, so we should kill her. I'm gonna get a cold, and you're gonna be like, oh boy, this is pretty rough.
It's not that I was advocating euthanizing her. It was instead that I wanted to think seriously the whole way along, and at every point check in together and think about this. I think that's a responsible thing to do as a pet owner, to think really hard about what is she going through.
I think I just worry that you think that people can't get better from illnesses. I mean, she's not going to get better from her tumor, but she might get better from an infection.
Yeah. Now, at this point, because of the fentanyl she's on, the doctors come by once every 3 days. And so I think I feel really comfortable with saying, let's give it 3 days more and see. Let's give it 3 days more and see.
3 days more.
Yeah. And so I think Sasha is now living in 3-day increments. And I think that's okay. I think it's okay. At some point here we'll have to say goodbye, but I don't think today is the day.
Okay.
How are you feeling on the matter?
Yeah, I think that's true. She was all purry this
Yeah.
morning. Yeah, I was also thinking it might be a little rough if you had to kill Sasha Bear and then go get your hair cut.
It's possible. I mean, that said, it'll take my mind off it.
The sheer terror of having to deal with a new situation in a new location. Oh boy.
Yeah, no, I agree. But there's never a great time to say goodbye to a beloved animal.
Yeah.
But yeah, why are you laughing? This is awful. This is our standard routine. I think we don't talk too seriously and directly about awful stuff, unless things are really, really, really bad. But with this kind of thing, I think we tend to joke our way through it.
Oh, okay.
That's true, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, Dr. Possible, I'm sorry you had to put your dog asleep after this week. But yeah, definitely the fellow feeling is here. And yeah, it is really, really, really tough. Really, really tough. But I'm glad you're here with us. And thanks for being supportive of me, too. The NOMS marketing department in full swing. NOMS' marketing department is always in full swing.
Wait, what am I marketing?
Yourself, our relationship, the cat, me,
Oh.
everything.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you put a great spin on stuff, and I appreciate that, for sure.
Oh.
Hello to you, Klaus. You have a joke for us. Klaus, I'm always ready for your joke.
Oh, boy.
I appreciate it's only one a day. If there's too much hilarity, it would overwhelm the stream. Here we go. Oh,
no.
Klaus, no. Klaus, no. Do you want to read that aloud?
No.
No, Klaus, no. If you want to read a joke, that is kind of funny. Feel free to read it in chat. We like you, Klaus. Thank you very much. All right. So, do you have anything to talk about, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I wanted to talk about how yesterday, here I was working away at work, and then I get this little text from Little Resorty.
Okay, I'm going to go get some coffee. You do that. It's a good story. I enjoy that story.
Oh, but I think it's not as funny without you here.
All right.
Yeah. And so I get this little text from Little Resorty that said, "Hello, I am trying to wire money to pay my laptop that I have purchased."
Yeah, because the night prior it hadn't gone through in the way I thought it would, and I went back yesterday and tried again, and I got a little receipt that said, "You may not do this at the ATM. You have to do it at the counter instead."
Yeah, and so I was like, "Well, I am still at work, but okay, I can come and help you wire this money."
Yeah, because the Japan Bank Postal Service, it's all one big thing, is open till 5 p.m. It's 4:10.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I said, "Okay, let me finish up this task, and I shall head on over." And I head on over.
I'd like to mention part of the while you're on the way over. I'm finishing a book I'm reading. It's very emotional in places. It hits me in the feels. And while sitting in a very busy area in the middle of Tokyo, I begin weeping. And I worry the Japanese people looked at me like, "Why is this strange white man crying here?"
No. They would just be like, "Oh, he's obviously just arrived into the country and can't find his way through the bureaucratic processes and can't even get a cell phone. This is why he's crying. This is why they're all crying in their first month here."
No, it was a great book. I mean, very, very challenging in places. Glad to have read it, but I'll be happy to let that one pass on by. Anyway, so I'm sitting there feeling a little emotional, and now that's your story.
Oh, yes. And then so I appear, and then we go inside to take care of this business during my workday.
Yep.
And we go inside, and, you have to take a number. And so I said, "Oh, take a number." And then Riz says, "Well, it's closed. It doesn't seem to be working." Because the take a number that was open was for postal services. Bank services.
There are 3 desks. There is mail. There is shipping, I believe. Is that right?
Insurance.
Oh, yeah. There's mail. There's the insurance counter, and there's the bank counter. Unfortunately, though the post office is open till 5, and the insurance counter also, the bank closes at 4.
Yep.
And so Noms left work and walked over to help me, and they were closed. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. But then we also tried to do it out of my account.
Yeah, we tried to do it out of your account also, and we got to we got farther than ever before, which is good.
It's farther than you got?
Yeah.
Okay.
So farther than ever before, and we got to the page that said, "Please choose which bank you want to send it to," and it had them all in the Japanese, and none of them were the bank I was looking for. And so we pushed the button to type in the one we wanted, and the first character of the bank we wanted is "she," and so we pushed the "she" button, and the ATM popped up with, "There are no banks with that first character."
Yep.
And that was the end of that story.
Yep.
Yeah, so I felt pretty bad. Now that said, we did get ourselves some sushi, which I mean you got me some sushi. I went back to your office.
Tried to use the coupon. Little lady said, "This is already marked down, so you can't use the coupon on anything that's marked down."
It's true. But we went back to your office. We sat and talked for probably half an hour. I want to say that was a good way to spend the end of your work week. If you hadn't come out to see me, you'd just be sitting there responding to emails and hating life. Instead, a little quality time. Okay, very good. All right, Klaus is a different joke for us. Let's see how this goes. You find as you get older, you don't just forget people's names, you constantly call them by the wrong names. It's become your Apollo's heel. That's funny.
That's nice.
That's a good joke. Thank you, Klaus, for the excellent humor. Surely better than the last one. Also, I almost corrected that I was reading. I was like, I see the heel. Oh, it's become my Achilles heel. No, Apollo's heel. That's a strange way in which I almost ruined the joke. Anyway, anybody else you'd like to talk about today, Noms?
No, but I can go get you your coffee.
Oh, it's very sweet. Yeah, the smaller mug we just find today.
Okay.
Thank you, Noms, very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Are you saying goodbye or just walking away? Just walking away.
I said bye.
She said bye. She said bye repeatedly. Hello, friends. It's me again, your boy Resorty. Today I'm going to need to end stream at noon, which is, what is that, a few hours from now still. So we got some time because the vet is coming at 1. I need to do a couple preparatory things before she does. But let me get a jacket, and then we'll begin today's stream in earnest. Get back to this game here. Today is the last day. Today is the last day of this game, which really bums me out, if I'm being honest, because I'm enjoying it so darn much. It is one of these games where the hours just fly past so quickly, and before too terribly long, I realized that the stream is over, and that is weird. So yeah, next week we're starting in on Crusader Kings 3. Crusader Kings 3 should be a ton of fun because there's a new DLC out, and we're going to start a whole new playthrough and learn some new mechanics, and I'm always excited for CK3 to get some more good stuff. Secretary asked, what was that pop-up? I have no idea what you're talking about, honestly. What kind of pop-up was it? My tie popped up while I put my shirt on. A donation pop-up. Oh, shoot. Okay. I'm not logged into that thing. My apologies for whomever did whatever. The computer turns off the other day, and it removed a login. Pardon me, bad at video games. It's this thing here. Yeah, when the computer turns stuff off, it logs out of everything. All right, we log in here. We log in here. Oh, Civilian, thank you for that wonderful tip. $300, my goodness gracious. Thank you in advance for the council. Yeah, so our friend Civilian is soon going to be streaming, and really sweetly, really kindly reached out to want to consult, wanted me to offer some feedback and ideas and suggestions and thoughts about the streaming adventure, both on the technological side as well on the personal side. And so, yeah, I'm really glad to do that. I said I'd do it for free, though. Of course I would. But thank you for valuing my time in the way we do. Hopefully we can talk next week sometime, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Managed to start a whole company, Streaming Tips of the Resorty. I do worry that whatever I know that might be idiosyncratic to myself and to the community we have here, as opposed to generalizable, but we'll try our best. Again, thank you for the generosity through and through. Klaus, have a good night also. Enjoy your homebrew cider. I would ask you to send me some, but I think that's illegal probably, unfortunately. Okay, so I think that's all I got for now. We'll do some gaming now, and yeah, should be good. So let's pull this one up right here. Awesome. Fantastically awesome. So we're still in the middle of Story Mission 2. It has been such a slow mission. I mean, I haven't been enjoying it, but there's just so many things to see and do and try and all the rest. And yesterday, if you missed the end of stream, you missed what was, I don't know, one of the worst fights we've ever had, because we went and freed Aelia here. Aelia is the character that called out to us initially when we first came to this world. And the people who were binding Aelia had a way of stopping all spell casting. And this empire is entirely based on let's cast some spells. And so it was a disastrous fight in which our poor unicorns died. Some of you know we've had unicorns in this playthrough for quite a while, and now they're all dead. And so there should be no princesses in castles dreaming of unicorns joining them, unfortunately. Nonetheless, the main stack is still alive, and so we are good to go. Yesterday's stream, we made friends with the frog people over here. Also made friends with the mole people over here, and all of us are together prepared and ready to go on marching south to the big boss's territory here. I think she has only this one city. The frog people have already arrived. I think we're just going to lead our commander on down, and when she gets there, we will have most likely the final fight of this mission. And that should be a pretty good time, I hope we'll see. I wonder what the fast way to get there is. So embarking on a ship takes one full turn, always. So is there a way to get here without... Yeah. So if you go up this way, and then down this river, we can stay on our boat all the way through. That's the fast way to get there, most likely. Other than that, we do have magical spells we can cast to bring in more and more troops. So we'll go ahead and do that. Summon more of these Watchers. Most likely we should go ahead and fight this ourselves instead of auto-resolving it, because it probably is a big and interesting fight. That said, I don't know how AI armies count as included or not included for sieging down cities. Because some of these armies nearby, like this one right here, is just one frog troop. And so will they be counted as an army when we attack? Ideally, I'd like the commanders stacked to join us. That's this one here? Nope. That's this one here. Decimus the Unwavering Toadman would be a wonderful fellow to have along. Hey, Noms, thank you very much indeed for the coffee.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. Absolutely.
I brought you a little snack.
Thank you for bringing a snack. None right now, though. I'm not interested in eating on stream. Mouth noises are gross. Why do you laugh? Are you going to stand there and eat?
No.
Do you want me to show people the food?
Yes.
Okay. We'll get back to the game in just one second, my friends. Back to Big Resorty. So, Noms occasionally buys treasures at the grocery store. Things that are unique and interesting and not quite normal for us. And this is one of them. It's a little container of... how best to show these? Yeah. So, it's these flat pieces... That's some juice. It looks so appetizing. Some flat pieces with, I think, some sesame seeds.
Open the lid.
I can open the lid. With
And they can see the insides.
Can I open the lid?
2 tabs.
It is 2 tabs. There we go. All right. So it's.
Look at that!
Oh yeah. So like some pepper circlets, I suppose, and sesame seeds, and these long flat things. What are they called again?
Cognac.
Cognac. What's cognac?
I think it's made out of like some sort of yam or root or vegetable that they've processed highly.
And then they've
And
mushed it up.
And you really did not like it.
It's yam jelly, exactly.
Yeah, you
It is.
really did not like it.
It is not good.
I thought it was just fine.
It is not good. Yeah, so any particular reason you wanted to show those any story with it?
It's a Japanese piece of standard Japanese food.
It's true.
That is very strange anywhere outside of Japan.
I think that's true. And tasting it reminded me of an article I read a few days ago that said one of the troubles of American cuisine is that Americans don't have much tolerance for different textures. And Japanese food has a bunch of different textures, many of which immediately reach me as slimy. And slimy and tasty food just do not go together terribly well. This also reminds me that in Star Trek Next Generation, a lot of the Klingon food was actually just Japanese food.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that they would occasionally add moving worms to as well. and so, like, the Klingons would be like, oh, it's time for food, my battle brothers, and just, like, grab Japanese food, and it would disgust Americans. And I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. Cognac noodles, that's the way that they've entered the American marketplace. Because they are, if you're watching your carbs,
oh, I see. Yeah,
they're like really low calories. So that's one way that they've.
Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Dried fish is far worse. Interesting trimster. Trimster rather. Yeah, I don't think we've had that. I think we've seen it.
I've had it as a child.
Yeah, we've seen it at the store, but we haven't had it. Yeah.
I've had whitebait as dried fish.
It is. Also, one other thing I meant to show you, I completely forgot. Welcome back to the intro section. It'll be only a brief moment before we get into the game. As you know, I get emails. I'll start this one this way. Occasionally I get emails from Twitch inviting me to take part in surveys and conversations, especially about new features they're bringing out, and they want to know my feedback on do I think it'll work well for my stream, etc., etc. And they offer to pay me money, and so I tend to do these. They're very nice. I got one today I'd like to share with you. I'd love to share with you real quick, and then we will move on to the stream. This page here, you're invited to a Twitch interview. Share your ideas and earn up to $50. Pretty cool. Hey, Resorty, you've been selected. My name is X, and I work on X at Twitch, and I'll be interviewing people in the Twitch community to understand X. Each interview will be an hour long and take place on Google Hangouts. Points available between date and date.
Oops.
So I don't know if this is a legitimate invitation or if they accidentally pushed the invite button. This is the same format that I've received previously. And so it is the real thing.
Oh, maybe some little Twitch intern just lost his job.
Maybe. And this is their standard research address. So I think it is legit. It's just a little bit silly. A little bit silly. So there you go. Good fun, good fun. Yeah, unfortunately for all of these interviews, I can't talk with people about what they are until after they've released the feature. Occasionally they run some really cool stuff and also really weird stuff by me, and I'm like, probably not for my community, but I see the value anyway. This is the part where I admit, as usual, that I've turned on basically no feature that Twitch has released in the past 5 years. There are so many more, like, help your community bond more by doing this. Help them give you money by doing... no, I have no need for any of them. All right, very good, very good. No features allowed, absolutely. All right, we good to go?
Yeah, I think so. I just wanted to say something about Star Trek.
I'd love to have something about Star Trek. Yes,
I
indeed.
discovered yesterday that another one of our colleagues is a Star Trek person.
Cool.
Yeah, the one that I talked to at length yesterday and offered a job to.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah, he's a Star Trek person too. Now, as you know, our other colleague and friend is not a Star Trek person.
No.
X-Files person.
True.
Yeah.
True. And then we have a very old man colleague who, when we talk about Star Trek, his eyes glaze over and he says, I read books.
And when we were talking about Next Gen, because that's probably the one for most of our generation.
Yeah, he thought we were talking about Captain Kirk and the boys.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely.
It would have been great if he came in and he was like, oh, I thought you were talking about Enterprise.
If only.
That
if
one
only.
with Scott Bakula.
Scott Bakula. What a name that is. Yeah.
You know who Scott Bakula is, right?
I do.
Yeah.
He was on one of the Charles in Charge or something, right?
Quantum Leap.
Quantum Leap. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Yeah.
Does he read Star Trek books? No. He is a serious philosophy guy. He reads mysticism and philosophy
he reads the newspaper
and the newspaper
on the news,
very
on
seriously.
paper.
And that is his life. And he is like an old school academic, which is super impressive.
Bro, remember the thing that he said the other semester? When we were adding two-factor authentication to our accounts, like every other business is doing.
So he didn't have a cell phone, first of all.
Yeah.
And then he bought a cell phone to do two-factor authentication, which is awesome and good. And he then said, I need to install an op. Resorty, what is an op? It's an app, of course. But I helped him, and that was very good. And now he knows how to log into a computer like a pro. Very good. All right, we return then to Video Game O'Clock.
Yeah.
Noms, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
All right, very good, very good. So we're preparing to attack the city here. Sure would like the Frogman to join us, but I need him to have a full stack army, not only 2 people. What's up?
2 people.
Yeah. You need to have 6
poor
people,
buddy.
not only 2 people. We'll see how it goes.
Oh, I thought he just had 2 people in his army. I'm like, that's sad.
Yeah, I mean, all of these are his armies here, and he has many more back home, but each army is allowed to have up to 6 groups, and his main one has only 2 right now, so gotta work on that. Gotta believe. That's our turn. Very good. Like I said earlier, I think it's the case that the boss here, is he riding a spider? He is! Wow. So this is the Frog King, and yes, he has a spider as a mount.
Cool. That is pretty cool.
It's called a Dread Spider. Oh wow, the Dread Spider actually gives you a special attack called Web, which has a 60% chance of immobilizing your enemy for a turn.
When I look at graphics like this, I'm like, now I do understand why so many of our students want to like become animators, because they're pretty cool graphics.
Yeah, I'm always amazed at how even on strategy games like this, where the graphics aren't really the point, they can make such attractive game, and it's really quite beautiful in places. Astral Tea Festival. All right, look here, you. I'm busy fighting. I don't have time to talk about tea. I've treated the citizens of our capital, I think, well. Now the citizens wish to invite the people of Flotsam, this is one of our vassals, to have a celebration. A local guildmaster titters excitedly. Would you like to do the guildmaster's voice?
No.
Would you like to give me an idea for a voice?
No.
So helpful.
Sorry, I was actually reading chat, so I was distracted.
We were thinking of organizing a collective festival, my Icebringer. It seems the crookedness constructor of Flotsam love our astral tea, and they promised to share one of their delicacies in return. We're planning on musical performances, a grand market, a feast for all. These festivities will be a great opportunity to strengthen our bonds with the city. The Guildmaster looks to you. Which approach do you prefer, my Icebringer? So right away, instantaneously, we get a pile of food, which gives more population soon. We don't need more population at this point in the game. We're totally ready to win the battle, I believe. But we have a shared festivity, which makes Flotsam like us more. Flotsam, I think, is nearly 100% vassalized to us, so I don't think we need this. Festivities for foreigners are not needed. The city gets really happy, or we just demand more money instead. My apologies to us who are cosmopolitans. At this point, just more stability in my capital is really good, because stability gives a higher chance of greater production. And so, foreigners go away. That's so mean. That's so mean. All right, what's happened? New Empire skill. I thought there was some Empire skill I intended to unlock before we did our big siege, but these two have just unlocked. Number 1. Gain the ability to assign Whispering Stones to other Empire's vassals to gain their tribute. Oh, interesting. So other people have cities that we can get items from even though they're not loyal to us. Fascinating. And number 2, Right of Forbidden Knowledge. Instantly gain 500 knowledge. We don't need that. The one I do want, though, is this over here gives 1 more siege project slots. In just a bit here, we'll be doing a big siege, so more slots, more good. Hey, Brasia, you have a question for me about books I read. Do I lean into reading more philosophy or lean away from workbooks and more fun books? I do both. Over non-semester time, I tend to read bigger works of fiction I've missed. I spent a lot of time reading a lot of nonfiction books, and so I've been reading some J.M. Coetzee, some Cormac McCarthy. My next book I'm reading now is Moby Dick, which I've been putting off for months now, but we're finally getting to it. So that's what we do. You tend to read fun books also?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So recently we unlocked an ability to have our cities turn the world around them into snow. This is a great thing because we get bonuses for every snowy tile nearby.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's right. We're playing as Elsa, the Frost Queen of
That's right.
Avondale. Is what that maybe? I don't know.
We actually haven't seen that movie.
We have not seen Frozen. It's true. We tend to like Disney musicals. We tend to like to sing along with them and have a great time. But yeah,
I fell off the bandwagon after Aladdin, actually.
after Aladdin.
Yeah.
But wasn't Mulan after Aladdin?
Yeah. I kind of half-heartedly watched Mulan and Pocahontas.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Mulan. I enjoyed the Donny Osmond "Let's Get Down to Business" song.
Oh, goodness.
You didn't like that song? You like, be a man, you must be fine, a raging river.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, this is the Frogman's army. He could bring all of this nonsense over to help us fight, but I believe any fight you're only allowed to use 3 groups. So he's just waiting for reinforcements. But you try to avoid reading books that involve a profession. Yeah, I mean, part of it is during grad school for me, all I did was read philosophy, and that was good and important, but there are a lot of texts now that I'm not exactly interested in reading, and that's how it goes. Oh, speaking of how it goes, we've actually spent all of our mana.
Oops.
I need to refill that because we need mana for combat. So a lot of the small creatures I've summoned, these lesser snow spirits, I've been making them just because they're easy junk to have. But at this point, we don't need little junk creatures. Instead, we need big, strong ones. So I'll get rid of each of these.
Are you killing them?
Not killing them, disbanding them. In this case, because they're magical creatures, surely not sentient, sapient, or otherwise, they're just having their magical powers dissipated back into the void to be called on again in the future. Now, the ones who are humans, which I don't think we're going to get rid of any of those, interesting question on what happens to those. I like to imagine they get sent to a farm upstate where they're able to enjoy the rest of their lives happily.
Just like people say about dogs?
And that is the reference, yes.
Oh.
Yeah,
Maybe they just go and hang out at the bar. And then when you call them, they come back from the bar.
That's nice. I don't know who's paying for the bar bill, but
They are.
they are. That's great, because we paid them well all the way along.
That's right.
We now have crypts at our capital here. I've heard that when you have a crypt, you're able to resummon previously defeated heroes. Let's see if that's in fact true.
Oh, nice.
So in the crypt, there's Sago the Wanderer. I think you can only resurrect them from your own crypt. He's instead in the crypt of Celestial Haven, which is the boss's crypt. So I need to go free his body, perhaps, and bring him home. We'll see, we'll see. Frosthaven, we can build more fine stuff.
Is that you?
So it is my hero, yeah. Her name is Berber Rizza. And Berber Rizza is a lovely goblin conjurer.
Oh, is
Look
that
at
your
her.
mount?
It's her mount, yeah. She rides on a giant warg there.
Why is you not her?
Because I tell her what to do. And I tell everyone what to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You are God.
Yeah, I mean, actually, this whole game is about developing a pantheon of gods and goddesses, ascended heroes and the like, who are ready and willing to go into the mortal world and fight for good or ill or otherwise. And Nimue just charged out of her city and attacked the group I had sitting there.
Oh, no.
Where did the frogman go? So, just a moment ago, and the reason I was leaving this troop here over and over and over again is because the frogman was right nearby. Welp! Goodbye to these three watchers. It's fine. It'll refund us more mana, and that's what counts.
Where's your frogman?
The frogman decided to go over here.
Oh, more.
Yeah, so he abandoned
He is moving again.
He is moving again. And these things happen. It's all right. So,
Okay, I am moving now.
we'll see you, Noms. Have a good day.
Bye.
Yep, absolutely. Oh, well, you need to have a soul book to resurrect people. Oh, good to know. Thank you, Agonarch. I have not seen a soul book yet. I'm sure we'll find one real soon. Also, can the frogman be... Hello, Noms.
When I saw the thing about the soul book, I thought it was about the book reading conversation. So I thought somebody was saying that you need to have a soul book. I was like, wow, that's pretty deep. Bye.
Absolutely. Glad to see that the friends we've made along the way are offering some compliments. Don't give up. This isn't over. You could rise in the ranks of the world. Absolutely. We'll do that. Same thing from Desmus also. So our allies are encouraging us to go actually have a fight instead of dithering about. I agree, largely. The spell I'm going to load up now is our Blizzard spell, which will allow us to, when we want to, cast it onto an enemy army. And very soon here we'll be attacking enemy armies, which are all standing right here right now. What are you as the control of the heroes in the game? Are you a god or god? There's nothing at all. I guess at some level I'm playing as the Pantheon, but that's really a very strange thing to say. So I'm really not sure who I am in the game. That said, I know we've now unlocked Frostling Transformation. This allows all of our characters to become... Not all of our characters, all of our goblin characters to become... frost creatures, giving them more frost resistance, they can't be frozen, etc. Heck yes, let's do that. And then, I don't know, Earthkin, sure. At this point, all I need to do is just get down and fight. We don't need to do more buffing, so... If only I had a way of hastening particular armies. There are ways of hastening particular kinds of units, but not the hero unit, I don't believe. Turn 50. And hopefully our little buddies are coming to help too. Back upstairs once more to the armies. The pop-ups we're getting now are mentioning that the allies are beginning to create buildings that force an end state to this story. I don't know if it happens in story mode or only in normal longer maps. We'll see soon enough. More money being made there. Awesome. Now I'd like to make something that Give us even more mana. And the Frostspire does that. For every nearby ice province, we get more and more knowledge. Knowledge is not mana. The School of Cryomancy gives mana for snow and ice nearby. So, we'll cast that one right in the middle here. Cool. 3 turns that will build. Am I allowed to stack multiple blizzards? No, you can only have one blizzard ready at a time, unfortunately. I guess I can have my other city over here prepare to cast more snow on itself. Now, from this point forward, we just want to hold on to mana. However, we have access to get another tome. This is our second tier 3 tome, and I don't fully recall. It's actually this. Yeah, I want to go ahead and do magic origin units. The Summon Astral Serpent seems so darn strong. Though again, we don't really need this to go fight the big war. We'll see, we'll see. Hello, Brassy. How often I consider the philosophy of choices of heroes, cultures, and fun books I read? Let me think.
Call forth arcane minions and bend them to your will. Strengthen their connection to the world and watch as they lay down their existence for you. The one who willed them into being.
So seeing how many levels there are of tomes, and knowing that to unlock the next level, you have to have 2 of the prior level, makes me think that if you want to have a large number of tomes unlocked, even just one tier 5 tome, means the game has to be so darn long, rather. Or you have to build a lot more knowledge buildings. But I can imagine some of these fights being really, 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 really long. Not fights, maps rather. But we'll see. Alright, Arcane Restoration, what do you do? All friendly magic origin units get 20 HP in combat. The Astral Keeper. Oh, these are the ones that we had to fight previously. The healing creatures from the void. Or Arcane Bond. Target enemy magic origin unit has a 90% chance of becoming mind controlled. Fascinating. Fascinating. Oh, you can only pick one tier 5 tome. You can't unlock multiple. Good to know, Agnarch. Thank you for that bit of knowledge that just did not have. And we'll make our Frostling catch now, or cast now. That takes so much mana, maybe we'll not do that one. There's a chance that a non-story map will be longer than the story campaigns. It makes sense, because if you instead have to like fight your way through all the other AIs or go for one of the other kinds of endings, that takes a lot of different sorts of work than just charging right in and smushing the enemy army, which we probably could have done a long time ago, but I've been enjoying exploring the map as we've gone. I'd be so bummed if the frog people in Nimue will not fight until we get there. And if the frog people will only be there for moral support. Also, kind of struck that the buddy up here has not yet joined in to assist us. Hey, somehow we've become good. I didn't do anything, but we're no longer neutral and now positive-hearted. I don't want to be a good person. Last one here is cities can now build teleporter province improvements. So if you want to, you can make teleporters from one city to another. Were we playing this map a lot longer, we would definitely do that. But for now, we're good. If you go too long without becoming evil, or being evil, you then become good? Really? So part of what it is to be good in this game is just, I haven't done evil recently. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. How many more turns do we get there? Probably 3 more turns. Soon, soon, soon. Alright. Are we moving? Oh, we're not our turn yet, I'm sorry. They're still moving very slowly. I think the frog people is scared away Nimue once more. Hello, a devious deal. A hooded hermit requests an audience. She bears 3 pages that were stolen from tomes of magic. You have a reputation for being a scholarly icebringer, Berber Rizza. The hermit's voice is deep and honeyed. You discern the outline of a barbed tail under robe. I carry forbidden knowledge that can be yours if you're determined enough to claim it. Small horns protrude from the hermit's hood. So this person is trying to make us destructive. I can give from 90 HP to 22 HP to learn Condemnation. We don't need that. I can go from 90 to 22 to learn Ignite, or I'm good, thanks. If I say I'm good, thanks, we lose some city stability. I can't take a huge loss of health on my hero, though, right before the final battle, so my cities are less stable because I'm refusing to engage in more of the dark arts. Like, were it earlier in the map, I would definitely do that, but for right now, no. Otto the Discarded is withdrawn to the Astral Void. Oh, so it is possible that Otto sent his troops this way to fight Nimue. And, lost. Lost is the word for it. So Agner said if we zoom out, the enemy moves go faster. That must be it. Also, what are these yellow dots? I wonder if there are more cities or fights or something. Well, no doubt we'll find out as we attack the city here and see who comes down from the north. Decimus the Unwavering has crossed Otto the Discarded. Why? They have a defensive pact. Alright, so at this point, our two allies are beginning to struggle between themselves. We need to hurry this war up before we can't hold the various powers together anymore. Almost there, though. Almost there. Let's keep going. If I were to dump my Watcher, the rest of us could move a fair bit farther. Probably 2 or 3 more spots, but I like Watchers. So we're just going to continue going. But Frosthaven, let's push out what? Herbalist. Give more food and more mana. Per adjacent province domain with a forest or a swamp. I don't really have any of those. Mystical Abbey. Mana income and knowledge adjacent to conduits or research posts. Probably not. The Summoning Well. I did not mean to click on that. The Summoning Well does what exactly? Combat summon spells in the domain cost no mana. Get more mana. No. There's some like high level Altar of All Seers. If we use this, we get bonus knowledge, mana, and other income. I just don't know what's prerequisite to building that. Probably more wizard towers? But really, who knows? Really, who knows? Well, let's another wizard tower. Sure. I said I would save my mana and then immediately spent more mana. This is how Resorty plays games. Alright. Onward. One of our armies has now landed. Cool. Is there no one inside of her city right now? It is possible she's taken all of her armies out of the city over to here. In which case, doing the quick siege first could be good. Because I think that then means that Nimue will be unable to respawn. Hey, Blue Link. Does the game have an equivalent of Civipedia where we can check the altar for prereqs? It might. It does have a encyclopedia thing here. Let's see if the altar of whatever is in it. No, unfortunately not. Yeah, they have concepts here, but not individual buildings. And if I mouse over the Altar of All Seers, it shows it's a city structure in the Throne City, but it doesn't say what's necessary to build it, I don't think. Unfortunately. What about the orbs above the info part? Up here. I assume that these were the same as these. Very good, very good, very good. So it's called Altar of All Seers. you hero. Nope, it doesn't tell us, unfortunately. Just the same as the mouse over. Ah! That's how it goes. All right, friends, we got an ad break in 30 seconds. So we're going to take a quick pause, do a little crossword, and then come back and finally win this thing. Or My Name's Not Resorty. Throw it into emote-only mode for just the next few minutes while we knock this out. And then we'll see how it goes. Gary mentions that CK3 is having a free-to-play weekend. Yes, it's for the new DLC. We'll definitely be over on CK3 on next stream, which is 2 days from today. We haven't done any crosswords yet today. I guess I'll just go ahead and knock out one of the relatively easy ones straight away. So, that's this one here. Go ahead and just do refresh and it'll pop up. Yeah, I'm really excited for our new CK3 playthrough, though I will miss AOW 4 quite a bit. An artsy workspace. I know that often artists have lofts. I don't quite know why they're called lofts. There's also like artist studios. I'm not sure. Genuine informally. I have no idea. Horse is to foal as cow is to calf. Share as gossip. Well, there's spill the tea. There's dish. Oh, yes. Journalist Klein. That's Ezra Klein. Diaper cream ingredient. I think talc, though I'm not sure. And CTFC look very ugly. So it's not that. I'm going to try one more here and then we'll do downs. Be prepared for the Scouts BSA. It's a motto, in fact. All right. Genuine informally. Like real deal, not sure. Atmospheric shield is the ozone. Palm plant part, a frond, what do they call those? A smidge is a dab, most likely, though. Oh, Loft was right. Awesome. And so, a tad, possibly? Saying Silent Night Say, that's Caroled. State bordering the Yukon. Alaska. Yeah, good. Romeo's emotion. Is it really love? I mean, he's a child. Tina in Megamind. I guess that's Tina Fey. Serving of whipped cream. That's a dollop of whipped cream. So tads and dollop so far. You're quite mistaken. It's not something possibly. Name found in Cast Anchor. That's Stan. Sharpen as a blade is to hone. Dr. Evil's small clone. That's Mini-Me. Alright. On the across here, the biscuits were so-so, but that was some seriously good gravy. Omar in the house is Ilhan? I can never remember what the middle character of her name is. It's an L or an H, I'm not sure which. Quaint Lodging is an inn. Go bankrupt in Monopoly is to lose. Using the internet. Oh boy, is it 1997? We're going online! Downloadable lecture is a TED Talk. SAG-AFTRA, for example. It's a Screen Actors Guild, so it's a union. And that pie, a delicious crust, and what else do pies have? They have crusts, they have fillings, really no idea. I'll try to work on some downs off what we have now. So you're quite mistaken. So I was thinking an H or an L. Itlin or it's hin. Not sure. Furious look. A glare, most likely. Unpleasant duty is one's onus. Hype for the weekend. TGIF. A top is a pawn. Pest control devices or traps. Shipwrecks sight say. The bottom of the sea. I'm not sure. And that pie, a delicious crust, and great pumpkin. Are these all Charlie Brown phrases? Good gravy, great pumpkin? I think it might be, indeed. I felt sorry for is pitied. Snowden Group was the NSA. Fat chance, as if. Epiphany month, January, I believe. Male foal is, well, the stud, but that's not exactly right. It's a young male horse. I don't know that right away. I think not is you're quite mistaken. And then Shipwreck Site, I guess it's Shipwrecks on an Isle, possibly. And then DC ball players are the Nats, short for Nationals. Millful, a Colt, of course it's a Colt. I'll do this last group of downs, then stop this. Bearded Smurf, it's Karl Marx, Papa Smurf. Blank Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, I saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. The years go by so fast, time flies. A Coen brother is Joel, prompted is... called? I don't know. Fries quickly. Cooking words are not friends. Anyway, we'll get it next time in just an hour or so. For now, though, thanks for hanging out. Do appreciate it a whole bunch. We'll put this one away and get back to our video game. And finally, win this map. Alright. Artists stay in lofts. The place between the house and the roof gets cheap. Got it, Agonarch. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I think I knew what a loft was, but I didn't realize why artists exactly. But yeah, the whole starving artist thing, right? I absolutely understood it now. Lofts for artists. Remember when I was a kid, there was a commercial on television regularly about come to the starving artist sale. Which I never quite understood why that was an attractive feature. What seemed good about having some starving artists? Okay, so we've arrived at the city. Oh, there is another city. Is it being sieged actively, or are they just standing? Okay, it is being sieged. So the Frogman has decided to go to war against Bogart Zolani and Eastlock Stargazer. So Nimue army is not here, but the Frogman finally got tired of waiting for us. And they have one scout there. Okay. So I don't have a third army nearby because I disbanded them all because I thought the Frogman would help me. But I guess what we're going to do then is I'm going to help the Frogman by nuking this army. Cool. Tiny bit of damage, but surely better than nothing. And then I'm going to scry enemy on this army, which will show us where Nimue is. I think all of her troops are now apparent to us. So they're showing me 1, 2, 3 armies there. I don't know where Nimue herself is. Is it possible she's already dead? I'm not quite sure. Anyway, for that eventually, I want to cast additional summons just so we have a third army here. And I need to make sure I don't use too much of our mana because we need to have enough left over to cast spells in combat as well. Cool. The greater good. It's a Rimefall wants to import some food. I got a lot of gold that I'm not going to use for anything next little bit, so sure. We give them gold. That makes them happy. Hooray! Happiness for everybody. A rally has started. I can't get troops here fast enough, so we're not going to do that. All we're going to do is summon one more big boy. I think that will be that. Oh, we can actually summon more folks. Right? I can definitely summon some more folks as we siege. Could take multiple turns. 5 turns to go. Alright, we have 3... Wait, is this not the capital city anymore? One moment. It is still the capital city. And she is summoning troops as fast as she can, but does not have a hero here. Good. I need the hero to start it. Alright, so we can choose 3 possibilities. They have a ballista here. I'd like to break those, otherwise they'll be used in combat against us. And so Tower Bombardment destroys half of those. Undermining the wall just breaches the walls more. Shutting Onagers give us 2 weapons on our side throughout. Sure. And then we will bombard as well. And units besieging the city take 20 physical damage start of combat. So we take 20% or 20 points of damage to destroy the walls more quickly. No, let's not be silly. Cool. Alright, 3 turns only. That's fine. While we're waiting, we can cast a Blizzard, whammo, and I guess we now pass the turn. There is an army here. Who dat? I guess, I wonder if scrying the enemy doesn't scry heroes. If maybe Nimue is moving solo there. Okay, and yeah, Celestial Haven's been taken now. So Frogman is doing Frogman stuff for us. Maybe a couple more turns still. Let's go ahead and summon an Earthkin. Not summon, but I'd say turn us into Earth People. We're okay about that for now. Instead, summon one more big boy. Alright. The Kraken comes around. I wonder if the Kraken's going to try to rush in to help. Because at that distance, it's not helping at all. Or if he's going to try to attack the Frogman City there, or what exactly. Day 60. 1 turn more. Don't want to spend anything. Do I have enchantments up? I do. What is that enchantment we have? Not sure. I think we go into this page, we can see our active enchantments. I can stop producing winter tiles. We've had more than enough. Frostblades help a couple of our troops, but nothing important. Attunement does what again? Starblades is hugely important. We want to keep that. Alright, it's now getting big mana. We pass one more time, and then should come the war to end all wars. Maybe. Maybe. Now with those red and yellow marks on the map. Oh, good call. Good call. So the yellow marks are here be cities, I think. Drowned has 2 people waiting there. No Nimue. And we have breached with breached. Here we go. Because the boss is not there, this is not going to be an interesting fight. So I'm just going to auto combat, unfortunately. Cool. So now what we gotta do to win, I think, is just go find what's her bucket. Our quest, though, is to claim the Enchanted Archipelago. What does that mean? Where is it to claim this place? Because I feel like we've claimed it. I feel like we are definitely here claiming stuff. I guess we'll have to just poke through and find wherever Nimue herself is. Or maybe we have to drive out all of her armies, possibly? It doesn't say it exactly, but her capital is now my city. Cool. Cool. I may have killed Nimue and I lost 3 of my watchers, but I'm fairly sure that enemy heroes respawn. at their cities. And when you destroy the city, they can't respawn anymore. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens, though. In 3 turns, that's ours. We'll go attack another city, I suppose, or more rightly, we should attack the Kraken here. Which we can do this turn, though we're not getting anybody else involved. Except for Frogmen are here. Frogmen want to fight. Let me go ahead and bring in one more group and see. Cool. Did she move her throne? No, I definitely checked to make sure this was her throne city first. Thank you, Frogman. Now, I see that this city is still marked with a chalice, a quest chalice, so I'm guessing it means this city must be taken first. We probably could have gone ahead and vassalized it instead, which I think is instantaneous, but instead, let's just pass some turns and see what happens. Hey, there we go. I don't know what needed to happen. Whatever it was, it's done now. Nimue was defeated. She screams as she is cast into the astral void. The entire realm seems to sigh in relief. Your armies search her capital, where she conducted her experiments and abused the currents of creation to create new people. You find notes and diaries describing communications between her and other Godir, including Yaka and someone named Lithel. Yaka is the fire god. Lithel is some hero who has Death Blast, some dark mage possibly. The latter is looking for an object and demands Nimue ready her armies, no matter how imperfect they may be. By defeating Nimue and her chosen children, you freed the Enchanted Archipelago, but the Shodrai seem to have bigger plans. Bum bum bum. We bring our findings back to the good guy Goddard. You've cast the Siren Goddess into the void and claimed the Enchanted Archipelago from her drowning embrace. From your capital, the mythical mayor emerges once more. I thank you, Icebringer Berber Riza, for hearing my song and freeing the realm. I fear I have naught to give as a reward for Goddard, but if you allow me to join you on your travels, I may share what I've learned as Nimue's prisoner. Ayla the mayor joins you to leave Magehaven victorious. Another realm liberated by the great Icebringer Berber Riza. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. And just like that, we go back to heaven, and where is heaven? Up. It's up. Victory on turn 62. We can follow the timeline if we want to, seeing what all happened the whole way through. Though it's definitely the case that I didn't do nearly as much as I could have. I didn't realize how expansive the Frogman would go, how fast. And we took our little northern island there, and that was lovely. And then that's basically it for a long time. Eventually we took a city over on the east side there. Probably should have taken territory here, but by the time we checked it out, definitely the Frogman was gobbling up all of it like flies. The end. Cool. A fine match, a fine game. Good stuff.
Thus was the Siren Goddess defeated, and the Enchanted Archipelago freed from her obsessive grasp. And Elia, the curious mare who euphorically experienced freedom once more. I am her. It was I who witnessed both the terror and the grace of the Godir. It is for this reason that I sing the stories of this age of Godir, and of the good and the evil that reside within the ever-flowing astral sea.
What? We met the narrator just now. That was a cool little twist. That's not exactly mind-blowing, but still impressive. Yeah, that voice has been speaking all the way along, and I kind of gave no thought at all to who it was. But now we know that the person we liberated is narrating the story for us. Fascinating. I like that. It's a good inclusion in the game.
Yet my freedom begets responsibility. I could no longer ignore the murder and destruction of the powerless and innocent. My time as prisoner taught me about the plans of Nimue and her allies, the Godir Alliance, who call themselves the Shadrai. This is why I had to inform the Covenant of the scheming Shadrai and their ambitions, which were far greater than what the Covenant imagined.
This raises a further question. Are we playing as the Maiar? I don't think so. But maybe we are. Maybe we're discovering our own story. Her conquest of the realm has given Berber Riza a chance to ascend to the Pantheon. Will we grant Berber Riza her ascendance? So I don't know why anyone wouldn't do this. Obviously, we love her and her strange little tooth there. She probably needs a dentist. Whichever way, though, she's deep in our heart. Welcome to the world of my Pantheon. Once again, we get 2 of the Pantheon points. Berber Riza was wonderful. So far, we had a round as Paladin people. We had a round as warriors. This was obviously a round of magic, and so we should probably unlock the first 2 magic items as well. The Wizard's Hat and the Wizard Banner icon. Or we can unlock a Frozen Realm. I'll wait on that until we've done the story for sure. That is cool. That is cool. Having them join your Pantheon means they can appear in random maps. Oh, I love that. I love that. Like I said, I'm not fully sure why one wouldn't do that after you've done all the work of building a character and building a race. Why wouldn't you want to see them around in the future? But there's probably some reason. Like, maybe she's overpowered. I don't want to deal with her nonsense. Oh, the one on the left don't require points. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Agnark. You're absolutely right. I can click that. Boop. Or maybe it's already been booped. I'm not sure. I'm booping it. It's doing nothing. But good. Very close to 1 more point. If only I'd unlocked some more tomes. If only I'd unlocked some more ancient wonders. If only I did more things, then we would get more and more Pantheon points. I wonder if by the end of the storyline we'll have unlocked all of these. I kind of doubt it. But we got a cool hat now. Cool.
Choose your destination.
And then it's time for Mission 3. So I can absolutely promise that we will not be able to finish Mission 3 on today's stream. I will definitely give it a good try, though, give it a good start, and it'll set up something fun for us for next time we come back to this game. And like I said, we definitely are doing that at some point. So let me change the stream title over to Story Realm number 3, and we'll see how it goes. It's called the Crimson Caldera. Cool. Horrifying, but cool. Alright. This one, apparently we're playing as the bad guys. Hey, Kamquat, welcome back. Now it's time for the War Realm. As an agent of the Shadrai, so Shadrai are the opposite of the Covenant. The Covenant are those who are the good Gothir, want to take care of people and help out. Shadrai not so much. They venture to a demonic realm of never-ending war to search for an ancient Archon artifact of power, become the victor in an arena of mad violence, and end the curse of Abadoth, which brought doom upon so many aspiring kings and Gothir. Oh goodness. Alright, so Archon's a new word in this game. The Archons believe they were created by the Allfather himself as the first sentient race, and tasked with advancing his works of creation. Through the ages, they've proudly called themselves the Allfather's divine guardians against evil, protecting new worlds from the dangers of the astral sea. However, in recent ages, they've withdrawn from many worlds, and only rarely seek contact with non-celestial races. So it's the really cool technology we can't make ourselves, but will be useful indeed. It's like the stuff made by the... what are they called? In RimWorld, there's like really high-tier technology, you can't make it yourself, made by similar people. Also, what is the Curse of Abadoth? An infernal world ruled by demonic princes where fiends make the law and sins are virtuous. Up is down, left is right, and dogs and cats are friends. Many realms of the world are affected by spells which enhance one's primal urges, which often leads to bloodshed, debauchery, and everything in between. Very few Gaudir can withstand Obados's infernal influence. Freak, not Glitterworld. It's the step above Glitterworld and Rimworld. It's the Architect, I think. Architect is what it's called. Glitterworld can be made by humanoids, by people rather. The Architect stuff is made by someone, no one knows who. Alright, so in this story, we're going to be playing as a bad person. The Shadarai are not friendly. It's a caldera. Lava at the center of the map and mountains towards the edge. It's an eternal battleground. A realm dominated by violence where war is the only law. All rulers and free cities declare war on each other when they first meet. It is not possible to have peace. Alright, definitely no good guy resorting this time. This does not affect cities released as vassals or remnant cities or of defeated empires. So when you destroy people, you can still integrate them. But this is pretty brutal. A little bit like Fallout. You see someone move out of the map, you better just shoot them. Alright, it's a domain of mayhem. The realm was a maddening influence, seeping into the minds of those that fight in its lands. Domain of Mayhem is every 3 turns, all units have a base 30% of being inflicted with Berserk. Right. I thought it was that one. So 30% chance of everybody running in circles and attacking random enemies. And if there are no enemies, attack your friends instead. Oh, that's going to be absolutely crazy to deal with. So I think we want to be much more aggressive in combat then and get our troops into the enemies as fast as possible. So we already did one human barbarian playthrough that feels appropriate for this one, given how we played that. But I've been saying we're going to start a new race every time. So I think we're going to do that. Alright. Normal difficulty as always. Good.
Your journey
Hey, Biff.
starts here.
So what kind of folks do we want to be? I mean, when I think evil, when I think berserkers, I think orcs. I mean, it'd be very, very silly to do elves and make the elves evil and combat-like, but I think orcs would be fun. Call them the angry moles. We haven't had a mole people yet. We also haven't had a rat person or a cat person. Berserker halflings. No, this makes no sense. This makes no sense. I want to do good guy dwarves whenever we get to dwarves. I'm going to do orcs. Eternal battle is what they do best. So the default traits are strong. Increases physical damage of both melee and ranged, and ferocious. Great for fighting the enemies up close. Deals 40% damage via retaliation and opportunity. So melee. Sure.
What is their origin culture?
I mean, barbarian seems appropriate. I've already done one barbarian, though, so I'm not sure I want to do that. Feudal, what does this give us? More food. Better defense for standing together. High, we're awakened. That means more spirit damage. No. I think we're just going to do barbarians, probably. Industrious is so cool. It feels absolutely inappropriate for this particular mission. Maybe dark would be good. A dictatorial civilization where the strong and ruthless dominate the weak. They use forbidden magics to maintain control and weaken their enemies. Okay, cool. Units specialize in inflicting negative stat effects, exploiting them with Cull the Weak. Deals 20% damage to units with weakened. Attacking units with weakened grants the 2-unit regeneration also. Yeah, I think so. I think we'll do this. Though, what's the barbarian bonus? Does blight damage... Okay, we're doing dark though. Hello, dark barbarians. I like that this fellow has red hair. He looks like a Christmas tree. It's perfect.
What defines their society?
Alright, what kind of people are we? Scions of evil! So, we don't really care about our alignment this time, because everyone we meet is going to go to war to us immediately. So if we're evil, if we maintain Maxim Evil, like the Fruits the Devile, then everyone gets one higher rank on start. Shock units and shield units are better, though. I don't want shield units. I want a lot of berserkers just running and attacking and charging over and over again. We may go for that, though. Hey, Foaming Jetty, I'm really enjoying AOW. This is my first AOW game, and I kind of want to go back and play all of them now. Non-magic units are cheaper. Interesting. Ritual cannibals. We haven't done cannibals yet, but what do they get exactly for this? So corpse eating is you heal by eating corpses. Fun. Nearest city owned gains 3 mana and food per tier of units killed in combat. Or Ruthless Raiders. We gain gold and draft for killing units. Okay. Cannibals and raiders, here we go.
Choose your first tome of magic.
Oh, we've already done Berserker nonsense in prior playthroughs. I probably want to do the same, but let's look at the dark magic one. Harvest souls from the enemy, making undead creatures. Foaming, same for me. I didn't even know of Age of Wonders before this game. I feel like I missed out on so many fun playthroughs we could have done. Fire. Alright, team, you get a pick. Do you want to see the souls? The souls. Harvest souls from the enemy and create undead creatures. Specialize in expendable units. Or do you want to see the Horde? Cheap units, large, deadly enemies. Summon and buffing tier 1 units. Souls or Horde, I'm cool either way. Which would you prefer? Hey Emberforge, how's it going? Yeah, because we've done Horde before and we've not done Souls, I'm kind of leaning Souls. But start with Horde, then go Souls. Yeah, it's a good point. We're not getting locked in forever on like the playstyle. And it is the case that early, Horde would probably be really strong. Because we have a lot of tier 1 units. Alright, most of you voting Horde. Sorry, Emberforge. We'll definitely go ahead and add in the other one next. Are we starting as an average everyday person? Or are we doing the Wizard King instead? I think we're doing a regular, ordinary person. Hey, D-Cole. Notice Souls, 2 people are going evil Souls for every stream. So honestly, this is one of my first evil playthroughs. I tend to be good guy resorty. Average everyday champion this time. You start with bonus relationship to your free cities. I'm sure they won't hate us. Alright. So the game suggests that evil orcs like leprechaun things. That's not gonna work. Alright, we need something that is resplendent of power, death. We already used the crossed bones once before. That's right here. Kinda like that. Whoops. But let's find something else that's even better for... We could do someone's rib cage. Is it a rib cage or a scarab? Is it a beautiful butterfly? I'm not sure which it is. Magic and such. A whip and crook, I believe. I kind of like the rib cage. As we pull it open to reveal the beautiful butterfly inside each and every one of us. There's the vampire mouth here. Is this like a... I think that's actually just a skull. Initially thought it was like a Cthulhu monster, but no, just a skull I think is totally appropriate here. Alright, and then which colors do we want this time? We used red and black once before. The blue looks kind of noble. Not sure I want noble. I'm not sure I mind the purple, but I think red really is the right color for anything berserking. Nope. Pink feels just ridiculous. I don't want to be ridiculous. I want to be terrible. I guess we pick pink and then make fun of, or kill anyone who makes fun of our outfit. Like strange and alien so far. Fine. Fine. Okay, we need to choose a leader of these barbarians. Our last barbarian group had a war queen. I think I'm going to go with a dude this time. Hello, dude. How bulky should you be? Let me put you in pose 1 so we can see what items you have. Right now, a sword and shield. We can do a lance instead. That looks amazing. Or a bow. More like bow ring. Frost staff? No, of course not. I'll go with the lance this time. How strong shall our friend be? That's frankly absurd. We'll do 1 down from that. Arm length. Never quite know how long the arm should be. Let's go a little long. Leg length. We'll have me the tallest of all possible orcs. Standing above the others, all orc people respond to is heft. I already like this skin color quite a bit. A nice gray. But I wonder if I can do... I mean, the green, like standard orc green is looking really, really nice. But, is there a red also? There's that red. I think that red's a little too intense for me, so I'm going to do the relatively standard green face. Skin decorations. Little circlet there. Going closer to see this. There's kinds of scarring and painting. I may just have him be barefaced. I have no idea what that added in. It removed that line from there, but... unsure. His face has been charred in battle. I think I like that. Missing some skin on one side, or at least discolored skin on one side. As far as poses go, let's see. I want to see like the warlord prepared for battle. Is this sneaking? I think it's a stealthy guy. Oh, standing proud, looking across all he sees as his own. Standing vigilantly, heroically. Caster boring. I like him with hands behind his back, I think. A serious man who will seriously rip you apart. Good. Next up, let's pick a head for him. So some jutting teeth at the bottom. A little bit of an underbite there, possibly. The, looking far away. Curious. Kind of messed up. So many teeth. And then the handsome man who would invite you to a dance. Business on one side, party on the other. I think the one I called unattractive initially, I'm going to go for. Is that you? Yeah, that's definitely you. Yeah, sign of more and more battles having been fought. Let's go hairstyles now, or eye colors first. I don't know. I said red earlier. It could be very cool. It's actually quite hard to see the eye color change on this character. On the other characters, it really popped out. Here, I think it may be just showing more or less the same. That's like solid black eyes. You barely see what's happening. I like that very much, actually. Hairstyle time. A little top knot thing, or I guess a triple top knot currently. Let's see. It's eye color. Son of a gun. I go all the way down. We've already had 2 bald leaders. a third would be too much. So, there's this with one single bun. There's the Mohawk. Remember, well, back in the mid-2000s, maybe early 2010s, Mr. T did a commercial for World of Warcraft in which he insisted he played as a night elf Mohawk. Strange period in history. Mr. T shilling for World of Warcraft. Longer hair and back that. Another single bun on top. I think I like just the long open hair. That's good. I'm gonna change his clothing now so we can see more of the hair, ideally. And the cape is the big issue, actually. We'll add a cape later, possibly. But yeah, I like the hair hanging down. If only it didn't run the armor. I think it's one thing I've seen consistently. Though there's great character customization in this game, I wish there had a little more thought to how the textures interacted. No doubt there'll be patches that fix that someday, or I'm sure there's a mod for that already. This is the Shamanic Leader. Ooh, caster guy. And I know that these are only aesthetic choices. The idea of someone wearing a cloth robe charging at you with a giant lance is absolutely horrifying. So I kind of like that idea. Or we can just do war leader in armor, perhaps. No, I'm gonna do the one that I referred to as Shamanic earlier. Great. Helmet time. So similar to the earlier human barbarians, we're seeing a bunch of horns. Then this I Belong in Daft Punk one. Can you even see through that? I don't know. A little too attention drawing that. Though I like the idea of ripping off your head and using it as an axe in combat if necessary. A crown for We Are Surely the King. A little hood there. Bear head. That knight helmet. The newly unlocked wizard's hat. If we're going for a silly character, I'd wear a pink one of those, no doubt. But let's go towards being a little bit more combat-like. I actually don't like any of the combat helms. The hoods look pretty good, I guess. Yeah, let's do a hood, I guess. Hiding from the attention. Doesn't want anyone to know who he is. His confidence in who he is enough. Next, the beard. And I'm thinking biggest possible beard this time. Which is just this one here. Cool. Hair color, I like the dark already. Last question is, do we want a cape here? Excessive. That's kind of cool. Little wolf fringe, or bear fringe possibly. Carrying a gigantic sword. If only he could use the gigantic sword. That'd be amazing. Some tiny little hands. Tiny little humans. So many skulls. This is nicely understated. Is it appropriate to have an understated orc? I may not understand the ethos of the people if I want understatements. I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning. I saw one very early that I liked pretty well. I think. No, it may have just been, let's do nothing. I think we're going to do no cape. The cape will get in the way. Alright, very good, very good. Last question, what color of armor we can go with? It appears not to make a major change, only on the legs there. And I know we did the red previously. The black is too dark this time, I think. And no bright shining armor allowed on our characters. Looks good enough. Alright, my friends, I give to you our new leader. We now must come up with a name for our new leader. And a title, too. So, I'm going to mark all of these as blank. We need your assistance, chat. What should we call this guy? What's his title? What do we call the race? Zordy? That's pretty good. Yeah, if we're going to continue with Resorty-based names, Zordy might be the best. Looks like Young Gul'dan. Yeah, I saw a few mentioning World of Warcraft names. I prefer to stay away from already established properties names, so we can make it our own. Let's think of a title. Think of a title there. Something involving berserking. We do Berserker also. Berserker. Resorky, that's good too. Yeah, let's do 2 resorty jokes. So it's the, how dumb are we? Are we the big berserker? That's absolutely idiotic, but I love it. Alright, we like the name Rizorky, very good. No last names needed. Another race. So we know that this is a place of eternal warfare. It's a place of destruction, place of battle. We call it the Big Berserkers. What are some other words for, like, vagrants, vandals, horde? I like the word horde very much, which I realize is World of Warcraft. I apologize for that. But, chaos, destruction, evil. Other negative words needed. The not very nice green people. The eternal birthday party. Do we take it seriously? This is always the question. How silly do we go? The eternal birthday party. Let's do the cleaving crew. No. That's fine. That's fine. Alright, very good. Onward to death and glory. And here in the Crimson Caldera, we're coming to clean it up with our axes and such.
When the astral sea was still young, the Archons created a magical artifact. Forged in the fires of an elder dragon, the Gilder Coil served as an arcane compass, guiding the Archons through the currents between realms. According to legend, it still contains the echoes of their arcane journeys, and can lead those who hold it to forgotten places of sealed knowledge and magic.
So this is the item that lets the super magical crafting beings get around, called the Gilder Coil.
With its mysterious promise of power, the Gilder Coil fanned the greed of many rulers, until a daring Gaudir betrayed the Archons and stole the Gilder Coil from their celestial reliquary. Ever since then, all traces of the compass have been lost, as have those of the cunning thief who disappeared into the mists of time.
What do you want to bet that this will be a battle for the Gilder Coil? And you recall that we're playing on the bad guy team, so if we win this map and get the Gilder Coil, we then give it to the bad dudes. Got it.
Or so it seemed for many a lifetime. Lithil Nightweaver was the first of the Shadrai to find clues of the Gilder Coil's whereabouts. Myths leading to runic omens, leading to riddles. The Shadrai were persistent in their search, for too well did the Archon artifact fit into their unfolding plans. And they were rewarded.
Lithil was the character we saw talking last map. I almost said last semester. That's how I divide up the world, semester by semester. But yeah, Lithil we've seen a little bit of. She was ordering Nimue to get more troops or something.
In the infernal world of Obidoth, there exists a realm known as the Crimson Caldera, where war is eternal. Here the Gildercoil lay hidden. Yet the Shadrai sought no open conflict with Obadoth's demonic princes. As they weighed their options, an ambitious Godir from their ranks volunteered to venture there alone, well aware of the prestige and power that could be gained within their order.
All right, thinking about what's going to happen to Eternal War. Number one, I fully suspect that we're going to need to defend our capital this time. On each of the prior maps, the enemy AI has kind of just ignored us until we came and attacked them. I expect in the endless war here, we're going to have to be on both defense and offense. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, we have a horse. Or a warg, I assume. Alright, here comes Riz Orki in the Age of Wonders. We are playing as Chaos and Dark, for we are Dark Orcs. We begin with Fury of the Horde. All friendly Tier 1 units become strengthened. Cool. That's cast in battle, I believe. And then Ice Shackles. In combat also, target enemy unit and one other unit nearby takes frost damage and being slowed. Awesome. I cannot wait to use that. Emissary of the Shadrai. From the shrouded mist of your mind emerges a woman all clad in ethereal silk. I see you've arrived in the Crimson Caldera, Riz Orki, she says, and you recognize her as Lithal Nightweaver. All Shadrai have put much faith in your talents. Remain alert. Mistakes are deadly in this demonic realm in which everyone is a prisoner of war. Betrayal looms over each moment to come, be it through the enemy, the land viciously changing shape, or even your own soldiers. I will talk to you through visions like these. Follow my advice, and you will claim victory. So the thing about these soldiers, our own soldiers causing problems, you'll recall, every 3 turns in battle, there's a, I think, 60% chance, something like that, 20% chance, some percent chance that every character could be turned insane and begin attacking randomly. So, alright, tell me of the Gildercoil. It was 30% chance? Thanks, Marks. The Gildercoil is not simply secreted somewhere in the Crimson Caldera, Lithal begins to explain. It is safeguarded closely by its current owner. The challenge to find out by whom. All the present Godir are inherently suspect and must therefore be sought out. Just remember, they're all insane and will only tell the truth when forced to. Once you've found the first of them, we shall talk again. Oh boy, it's time for some like fun paradox. This one speaks only in lies. This one speaks only in truth when the other one lies. I'm ready to get out a notepad and do some kind of logic game. Lithal makes an elaborate gesture, after which a map showing the major strongholds of the Crimson Caldera appears. This is where you must seek out all suspect Godir. So we can take the map, begin our hunt, reveals locations of all other players. The map is primitive. Use some mana, reveals all player locations and larger portion of the map are on Pyrrhus Tour. I'm guessing that's my city when we begin. Or burn the map! I can smell the enemies. We get more draft points per some number of turns. I'm guessing it's permanent, but I will go ahead and save my items for now and not burn the map. I'd like to see where the enemies are. We'll see. Okay. So, someone has a city called Pyre, Delaria, Hope, Dominus, and Chopsor. Cool. We know nothing about who runs these, only that they exist. The Ashborn Hedonists. Some elf folks. Dominus is a place run by the Blackford Forgelings. Demonic kitty cats. Over here is Hope. What a great name that is. The Human Paladins. They're devotees of good. I thought this was an evil place. I mean, I was thinking earlier, that it'd be a really cool mission to play as like the God Emperor of mankind and go into the place of chaos and war and hold it back. But as we're playing as an evil character, it didn't quite make sense to do that. And then over here we have Deliria, run by the Gleeful Miscreants, some evil dark rats. And then Pyre belongs to the enthralled orcs. Well, I must go destroy them first, because they're stealing my memes. They're also ruthless raiders, ritual cannibals, just like us. So first mission, go destroy them. And then underground there are more as well. Nope, underground doesn't seem to show anyone else, but I will be curious. We need to change our name. Friends, I need assistance in picking a name for our capital city. Pyrrhus Tur makes no sense to me. So, Dark Orcs. What ideas do you have for Dark Orcs who are going to take over this whole place? Hello, Senegal. Meat's back on the menu indeed. We are cannibals this time. And Imdar, hello, friend. How have your streams been? It's been fun watching Imdar play some tanks recently. Always good, good, good. I call it Dork Central because we're Dark Orcs. I don't want to put that one up too close. Zug Zug. Oh, can we call it Kekbur? I want to call it Kekbur. Let's start with our city while you all come up with some good names. Alright, there we are. We're the king. Hail to thee, etc. What's the experimentation chamber? This must be for being a dark character. So bonus to knowledge, bonus to gold. We get the underground laboratory next. This is also bonus to knowledge, bonus to gold, and it gives a mint. Okay, so I think the experimentation chamber takes the role that the the trading hub usually does, the market usually does. A library for knowledge, shrine, a storehouse, the Dread Spire. Cool. Cool. Or the workshop. So usually I do storehouse first just to get food going, to get population up faster. I think I'm going to go workshop first so we can push troops faster also. And then we'll do food after that. Cool. Cool. 3 turns till next character. As of right now, we can get Dark Warriors, a shock unit with charge. Amazing. The Outrider, who's our scout, or the Pursuer, a ranged unit. I really should have a scout to begin figuring out where other stuff is, but I'm going to go and push the Dark Warrior just to fill in our stack here. Cool. I like the name Dread Spire, that's good. Death Valley, no, it reminds me of a place in the world. Wog? I don't know the orc lore nearly as well as you all do. I like the idea of Dread Spire. That's a fine name. It is a name that inspires me. Perfect. Cool. That's all for now. We think I'd choose what our first research should be. 1. Release the hounds. The game doesn't say what kind of corpses we need to eat. I could summon a warhound, make it die fast, and eat it to heal. If I do that, I expect you all will unfollow. But that's fun. Number 2, the Spawnkin. It makes us tiny. If we're tiny, we get 20% damage. It's incompatible though with super growth. I haven't seen super growth yet. But 20% bonus damage could be really fun. Huh. And Brand of Wrath. Any non-dark creature gets stuff. We're all dark right now. I'm surprised that making us smaller actually gives bonus damage. I think it'd be quite the opposite. Sure, why not? Okay. This is our scout. I'm going to scout our way down to the orcs who are... The orcs are run by a human? Outrageous. We'll go see what happens there. Rewards. Oh, I just went over a treasure chest. The Wand of the Rising Undead. A friendly undead corpse is revived with 60% of total HP. Non-undead come back as zombie, instead. It's a full turn, though, unfortunately, so it's probably inappropriate to use on my hero right now. I'll probably equip it anyway, just because, why not? But we're probably not going to use it. Also, we begin with a Wand of Healing. Cool, so our shaman fellow has some stuff. Good. What is not good, though, is 30 seconds from now we have an ad break, so I'm going to pause the game real quick. We'll begin in earnest presently, and while we're gone, while you're watching some ads, we'll do a little crossword puzzle, probably finish that one up this time. So, here come motes only for the next little bits, and see how it goes. We should finish this crossword straight away. Yep, good. And here it is for now. So, prompted. We don't know that one right now. Let's just swim across to see what happens. Tar or sap. Tar or sap. They both come from trees, I think. Tar or sap. So sap is a foolish person. A tar is a low-ranking sailor. You can also put tar or sap onto a person. Are they slop? They're probably goops, actually. Tar and sap are both goops. Fine. Fries quickly. Sautés, I believe. I love the pasta. So much flavor in that. Aww. No clue. Back to Downs then for a little bit. Disappear as a trail. Excuse me. Go cold. Sultanate near Yemen is Oman, of course. Definite winner. I'd say sure something, but I'm not quite. Oh, sure bet. It's sure bet. Or maybe safe bet. Not sure which one. So I'll get rid of these three for now. Lexus competitor. I know it's a car. I have no idea. They're Audis, but I think it's just AUDI, so I don't know. Exclusively, no idea. However, I love the pasta. So much flavor in that. Awesome sauce. When was this last current as a phrase? Awesome sauce. So good gravy and great pumpkin I saw as being like Charlie Brown-esque phrases. Awesome sauce to like 1994 or so. Prompted is cued. Sure bet then, for sure. No idea on that. Exclusively not sure. All right. Blank point, center of attention is focal point. Lowly laborers. So there's peons, there's drudges. Our entire army is made up of that this time. Pay a visit is to call on. No idler. This is one of those stupid words that you only see in crosswords. It's a doer, not an idler, doer. A type of theater company for short. There could be professional, pro possibly. Scatterplot is a graph, so it's not pro. Blank Meanie, a 2010 pop single. I assume it's Eenie Meenie, but I really don't know. Word after personal or parking, it's surely space. So the kind of theater is a repertory theater. Cool. Bistro is a cafe. Pavarotti performance. He sings arias. Mafia bosses are dons. Apt letters missing from blank blank VERN S blank OUT. It's going to be Tavern Stout, I believe. So tat. Just hired, probably new. A few more crosses and then we're done. Halle Berry's 2023 princess role. I guess she plays Ariel, the mermaid. I think I spelled an E where the font is an A. But the fruit platter was the best of all. Choice grapes and a top banana. Ha 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 ha. Where sunflowers grow is in a field. Help build a pot. Help build a pot. Oh, ante, like a betting pot for poker. Whoa, chill out is easy. Hey you in a library. It's psst. Very good, very good. That was a fun one. Pretty quick, no problems. But that is that. Thank you for hanging out while we did that one. Any questions, any comments on the crossword today, or shall we say, fine, good, no worries. Hey Che, you have a question for me. Do I read your fun at all? Yes. What do I read and what books I recommend? I just finished some James Coetzee. I don't know how to say his name, actually. called Disgrace. I would recommend it as being a very important text, as being Nobel Prize winner. I think it won the Booker Prize also, though it's a bleak account of South Africa in the post-apartheid years. It's a rough book. Beyond that, I read both of the recent Cormac McCarthy books. They're both quite good also, but quite challenging. I don't know. It depends on what kind of books you like, right? Just because I like books does not mean anyone else would. But I read a lot of American fiction. Next up, of course, is going to be a little bit of Moby Dick. I've been saying for years we're going to do it. Moby Dick soon. Hudson PhD, thank you for the resubscription. You came to share 2 months. Bye. And thank you much indeed for continuing to subscribe. Second month's the best month. Do appreciate it a whole bunch. I'm Dar. How has Age of Wonders been? Absolutely loving it. As I said a few times, it is definitely a game or a series I knew nothing about, and I'm really glad to be playing it now. And 2 thumbs up recommendation. If you like Civ games, if you like Might and Magic, if you like tactical combat, this game has it all. For sure. Okay, so you see there's some tasty knowledge stash right there. I'm curious what's up and back this way, though I'm setting my scout this way. I've actually changed my mind because I want to know what's in our backfield there, if anything. And we'll go ahead and roll forward our army here, just to see what's inside of here in an enemy spawning area. It's a brigand camp we can't quite see more of yet. That's fine. Forward one more step. Evil presence ahoy. Still not sure what's in the brigand camp, though. We'll learn next turn for sure. Now, on this one, there's so many other rulers who get to move around. This item here is an experience gain. I want to make sure that my army is fully stacked up before we take that. Alright, back here we find just a small enemy group we can use for experience points at some point. Are they standing on top of anything interesting? A banner also. It's another way to get some fairly easy experience points. I'll probably save that for my second army to help them be useful quickly. Alright, grab the knowledge here to hasten our research. And we see that this camp has a tiny little group of rats. A total of 71 combat points. We'll be auto-resolving that battle for sure. It is a really quick, easy one. How many turns until our city gives us our troops? 3 turns. Ideally, I want this troop to spawn before we take the banner there. Forward to death and glory. The AI fought it well, no problems. And just like that, we got an item called the Astral Heart. Melee attackers have a 30% chance of becoming stunned when they attack us. Absolutely. I've seen this effect on astral creatures, but I did not know it could come in an item also. That's a really cool defensive item for my orky fellow. Yeah, he has no armor so far. But that's a great item for him anyway. And there's more ahead. We charge in again. And we'll have our riders start heading down this way to see how we can get to the other orcs. Yeah, getting a tier 3 reward right away is insane. I don't know if the rewards are weighted in any way where you should get lower level ones earlier in the map, or if it really is the case that you just get items, and who knows what's going to be, and they might be really good. Here we have some spiders to fight. They're strength 200, so again, we should probably win that on auto combat. This is one where I might need to manually do better. Yep, manually we need to do better because we lost a troop, unwilling to do that, so here we go. It is kind of random. Thank you, Lols, I appreciate that. Alright, they have 1 hero and 2 fighter types. their healer actually can summon more spiders. It's called a Wild Speaker. So they're conjuring a random item, and they just happen to get another spider. So they have Poison Blast, has 14 damage. It does not lead to long-term poison, though. Unleash the Beast. If they target a friendly animal, it gains killing momentum. Units regain 1 action point when killing a unit, so they can pile up multiple fights that way, multiple attacks that way. Also, up to 5 stacks of bonus damage. What is Lucky? Units on this position gain 10% critical hit chance. Huh. Okay, so sunflowers are lucky. If you stand on sunflowers, you get bonus to damage. This seems absolutely incompatible with what we learned about this place. This place here is like an endless war, bleak death, etc. Maybe the one place with nice flowers is a little better. In 2 turns' time, there's a 30% chance of all of our creatures starting to attack one another. So I want to stay spread out as much as possible. How far can you buddies move this turn? To there. All 3 of these are melee only. This one's ranged. And so I intend to have my hero charge in pretty soon, because if he gets berserked against all the enemies, he'll be in good position for that. The other ones need to spread out a little bit more. So you can go the farthest up to here. Put our battle mages ideally on the flowers, but not going to get that far this turn. So go back some more. You are also berserkers, so I want to charge them from both sides separately. Okay, you go to here. Go to there. I'll have our archers right up the middle. Okay, so next turn we will not attack each other. We have a little more time, and that is fine. They're sticking together, actually. That surprised me a little bit. I thought they might spread out also. So, this fellow will get attacked next turn. I don't want him fighting all of them solo. That said, I'm frankly amazed that they've exposed their caster to melee range first. Huh. Okay. Charge the back line. And the reason I'm doing that is to put as many enemies as possible between the 2 characters. Oh yeah, spiders do jump. You're absolutely right on that. Because next turn, it's entirely possible they're going to both berserk and attack each other. And that'd be terrible. Up this way. The spiders will be able to jump in pretty darn quick. But if we stay at decent distance, we should be okay. So you're just going to stand there, warlocks. I think they can go in a bit and then jump 4 forward. So you're going to go there also. Actually, I'm going to undo that. I don't want to stand quite so close together. Okay. You then have a spell. So Ice Shackles does some damage and slows one down, or Fear the Horde. We all gain even more strength. Shoot, I should have cast this before we did any attacks. Gotta do spells first. However, let's go ahead and launch this on everybody. We wouldn't have gotten any kills with that strengthening, but I should have done it correctly anyway. It was just bad turn order. Alright, Berserk has happened. Huh. Huh. Okay, so who all has been berserked? Number one, my hero is berserked, I believe. No, he's immobilized. Okay. The little spiders are berserked. So they're attacking random stuff, and so they immediately attacked the hero. Fine. We need to make sure they don't get flanked again, because it'll do huge damage to him. We can't have that. Our archers berserked also, and it looked like they attacked my hero, but I think they just missed attacking the spiders. I'm kind of surprised at how aggressively they ran in there, but that is what happened. Okay, so everyone's over here now. Not quite what I was planning. It's alright, though. So you can definitely get a kill. Spells first, though, as always. So the Ice Shackles will lock someone into position. I think these make sense. They give the kill also. Good. Now, y'all are facing this direction. So these are flanking with a charge. We could also eat a corpse to heal a little bit. Yum, 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 yum. And then, I don't think this group has zone of control, because they're casters. So, if we walk out a little bit, we can then charge right back in. Is that true? I went slightly too far. Cool. And we get bonus damage for the charge being longer. Alright, now, this buddy can get a kill, but he really wants to be turned in the direction of the spiders. And you can't turn after you've attacked. So, unfortunately my warlocks are going to be unable to get the kill. If we walk in closely, we have a 30% chance of hitting that group. They also have Sundering Curse. That will reduce damage on them. So I think we want to go in. Sundering Curse requires you not to move. Unfortunately, Weaken was resisted there. Alright. This feels dumb, but I guess we're going to do it. So first of all, yum and yum on corpses. Quick attack here. And so he's going to get flank attacked, but he won't die from it. Great. Now, no more berserk right now, so we can turn and attack. Setting up the flanks nicely. Yeah, the berserk thing is going to be quite interesting to deal with. Part of it is going to be having to keep in mind that if our people are closer together than enemies are, it might go very, very poorly. So little damage. Also, I need to cast my spells first. What am I doing? Does stun stop their attacks at procs? Oh, that's an interesting question. Is the stun applied before or after the damage on the astral item here? 30% chance of becoming stunned. I think the stun goes through after the damage does, but I'm not certain on that. If we set up Flanky Fun here, it's not quite a kill, unfortunately. Garbage flank attacks. At least our king is focused in the correct direction this time. Oh. It did nothing. Because of stun. Great. A fine battle. No more berserking. No one died. A+, yes. Okay. We got to level up on our hero here. So every single time we've had a hero, I've struggled to decide, should I make them a good team leader or just good damage on themselves forever? Because good team leaders means you can help level up other characters, and that's really cool. However, it's also really cool to have one huge damage dealer. When the unit kills another, it gets 30% bonus crit. It doesn't say for how many turns, so I'm guessing it's stays on for the whole battle. So you get 2 kills and you max out on crit hit. Cool. Cool. What's called a weak do? Do 20% bonus damage to weakened units. Weakened is cast, I know, by the casters we have right now. It does take an entire turn, though, to cast it. Sure, let's be selfish and just pile more onto our hero. Great. And this group is ready to come join us for next turn. And Scout's going to scout still. And we have an Empire skill if we want it in the Chaos Tree. Defeating infestations grants you a free unit based on infestation. Son of a gun. I forgot this was a possibility. I should have not fought the infestation until after we unlocked that. Missed one free hero for it. Alright, workshop's built here. We next want to build the more food, more good. And we saw that there was some way with the race type we have that we can undo or ignore instability from low morale. I'll be curious to see how that works exactly. Alright, what comes first? Probably just let's get some gold. Or iron. Yeah, more production, more good for right now. Just help us build faster. Good stuff. Oh, I should have started a new soldier building there. Do that now. Let's go ahead and do, I guess, a ranged character could be fun. It's an easier way to keep distance to avoid berserker nonsense. We have Spawnkin now. So with this, all characters of our kind will do bonus damage and have more units in formation. So I think that means that when they take damage, they'll lose a percentage of their damage dealing more quickly. I can't wait to cast it though. Baneful Curse, what's this? Enemy units in a large area get weakened. Cool. You recall that Call the Weak is a trait we can give to our hero. Heck yes, absolutely. Okay. And we'll then cast Spawnkin once they have a little bit more mana. Magic users aren't really. Do they have the faction flag the same as the Marauders? Oh, apparently so. Apparently so. Yeah, these are the NPCs that are neutral. This is my army. I swear we're not the same team. If they want to join in, I am cool with that, but... Scout's gonna scout. Found another place to take over soon. Good. There's underground checkout also. On this map, it looked like underground was kind of large. We also know that in the middle here is a volcano. I look forward to seeing that. Once again with Empire Development. This is use boats. I haven't seen any water yet. This is units are cheaper to keep. Probably worth taking that. This is get more knowledge as you fight heroes. There are so many heroes in this, or so many factions, so many heroes also. Yes, clearly a really good choice early here. Hopefully find a lot of heroes to fight straight away. And we can also unlock this one for cheaper troops. I think that makes a good deal of sense at this point. Our storehouse is made. And so, and so, and so. I think I'm just going to keep going more and more production to push out as much as we possibly can. Yeah, makes sense. Let's continue scouting. There's a spot here to check out, and man, look at all of these groups to fight. I think we're going to go and fight all these as fast as we possibly can to avoid the other characters getting substantial XP themselves. And we do want to head to the tower there. Alright, next up here. Our characters have a little bit of lower life, but these are so weak. Good stuff. Having fought that, we get a ton more experience. Not quite enough to level up, but we do see we now have some characters that are veterans, as opposed to mere soldiers. Oh, we did level up, actually. I'm sorry. So, I think Call the Weak's a good call, then. Because we can cast Weak to start the battle. Fighting is just more flat damage. Sentinel. Get first strike. When attacked, you know the first strike will use a retaliation attack first. Also, do bonus damage retaliation or tax opportunity. So if we use him to get onto mages especially, and the mages then attempt to disengage to cast it all, strong and good. This though only helped us situationally, where Call the Weak is going to be able to be used much more effectively because we have that spell to cast. With this in mind, we need to be pushing mana and combat casting points for our Dark Orcs to be able to fight well. Good stuff, good stuff. I intend to expand this way, gain the mana and the whatever this thing is again, will definitely help us fight better. So this is the main expansion direction for now. We will grab the food here, but after that, going that way. And we'll need to think about a second city at some point fairly soon, though we can take over the enemy cities as well. We'll see what happens. We're getting kind of close to the enemy city, so at some point fairly soon, my little scouts might run into enemies. Here's one. Hostile Harrington. Duchess Tabitha Cooper of the Free City of Harrington greets me with hostility. So usually, meeting a free city would be just a neutral opportunity to engage, maybe attack, maybe not. Here we fight. We honorable goblins of Harrington will fight for our freedom and stand against anyone who threatens the free city, even if they're led by a big berserker like you. The blood of invaders, thieves, and spies nourish the fields. We're immediately at war with Harrington. It's just south of us. And what do we know about it? Got 20 siege points. They hate us quite a bit. Cool. I suspect we're going to go attack them fairly soon. Also another spawner here. Now when we take over spawners, we get a free unit. So I'll probably go attack that before I go through these other armies here. Spell's ready. Let's all become bonus damage in like 4 turns, unfortunately. Good stuff. We can take a new tile. Like I said, I do want to take the pasture. And trusting that we're able to somehow fix our stability, I think I'm okay with going food. No, until I understand how to fix stability as this kind of character, I'm actually going to go with quarry to keep building stuff. Can you vacillate these folks with stone? No, you can only give stones to people that are not at war with you, and here we are always at war with everyone, unfortunately. So there's just nothing to do there. Here's my scout. I sure do hope a scout does not get caught out. It's found an enemy with 180 strength. If they attack a scout, the scout's going to die, so I probably shouldn't have gone so far, but oh well. And unfortunately, we can't get down far enough to protect them. However, we can, next turn we can make an attack. That's not true. We can attack immediately by moving our hero solo. Occupational hazard. Oh, they're already trying to surrender. We're not that strong, but a warlock begs for freedom. He's just a mercenary, he's not a true believer. Nonetheless, we're playing big evil guy, and so we just attack. Because I don't think I need a warlock. Oh, they give a weakening, though. And weakening is used to make my melee folks fight harder. I like experience points, but there are so many other experience points to get. Actually join me, thanks. Actually join me, thanks. Because that will help with weakening. That's hugely important. And One more fight. Someone died. Someone died. Okay, we're going to have to retry this one. Can't trust the AI. Oh, what a cool little map this is. I'm not sure I've seen one like this before. It's clearly a quarry. Alright, so over here we see the Gore-Tusks piglets. I fought them previously. Entwined thralls. So, tree people that are slaves. They have poison needle. Up to 4 away do poisoning. Cool. They also have a melee strike. Fine. They're also slippery, which means they can move through attack of opportunity with no damage taken. Okay. Okay. I did want to charge into the back of them anyway. Now, I have healing on my Lord Commander here. It's only 1 point. Or 1 target, rather, to cast. Yeah, once upon a time I was in a World of Warcraft guild of a bunch of computer programming students who now work at Microsoft, I think, called the Noble Gore-Tusks. And we once held a competition for who could write the best Gore-Tusk poem. And I remember part of it was, oh mighty Gore-Tusk, I'm sorry, oh noble Gore-Tusk, why is your attitude so brusque? Your skin, it is the finest husk. Gosh, I love your terrible musk. That was my poem, and it won! And I was very, very proud of myself. I've not reached out to those guys in a very long time, but there are some people I met through through World of Warcraft that I became in-person friends with, and went and hung out with them and watched, did raids in person. It was really fun. Really, really fun. Okay, I don't think they can go super far this turn, can they? Not super far, but decently. I'm gonna put my hero over here. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure. All your guild were people yelling at you to gather basic ingredients. Yeah, I had 2 phases in my World of Warcraft life. One was I was a very serious raider playing like 16 hours a day. That was the unhealthy part of my WoW experience. And with that, I was like pushing server first, and I think I had like the highest gear for priests on the server, and I was a no life for sure. And then the second portion of my World of Warcraft life was hang out with some friends who were really nice people, really intelligent. You know, they're math science guys. I was a humanities guy, and so we had really great conversations, and it felt like a healthy and good relationship to have to a video game. Yeah, and if I could just play World of Warcraft in that second way, enjoy like just hanging out with friends, that would be cool. Unfortunately, I don't really know how to play that way. I'm going to try to get one of my Warlocks over with my hero. I realize just now that I should have done that right away, so that we could have a better opportunity to weaken before he attacks. Also, next turn we need to absolutely cast the weakening spell straight away. They're splitting half and half. That's fine. Gotta make sure these folks get into range of an enemy, or else they'll attack my hero if the Berserk hits. Fine. First, though, a spell. Shoot. We've not finished unlocking the weaken spell. Be in a couple turns here. For now, though, we can get the strength bonus on all the lower level characters. Cool. I don't think I get my Battle Mages close enough to cast anything, unfortunately, on the group I want to attack. However, we can put them here and do so little damage. Boop. Next turn, though, they're able to cast the big weakening spell. If we go here, we are in range of enemies. That's all we really want. Not flanking, that's okay. And they want you in range of enemies also. So I'm going to charge this one. And the reason for that is we can then get a kill on the one next door, I think.
Nice. However, I should have moved my caster in first to have more direct line of sight. I think going over your enemy or your colleagues might cause problems. 70% didn't work out. So the noble Gortus lived to fight again. Next round we'll finish them for sure. Alright, and then I guess we're just gonna charge in. Come on, berserking. So because the pigs are able to charge, they also broke retaliation. Oh, wow. Also, because the pigs are slippery, they can walk into a flanking position before attacking. That's really, really interesting. I mean, unfortunate, but really interesting also. I don't think any of our characters were berserked that time. We all resisted. Cool. Can we get you to a position where you can do some casting? Heck yes, we can. This will weaken, almost certainly. Nice. And then I think you can just turn an attack and almost get the kill. We can gobble up these folks first. I love it's a free move to do the corpse eating. Not a kill, unfortunately. Can my archers get position? No. Bratsy, you're asking about how I view books because I'm a humanities kind, and so how to deal with math and science questions. Yeah, the most recent Cormac McCarthy books I read have two main characters, one of whom's a physicist and one a mathematician, and there are long sections of the book that talk about the history of physics and math both, and I really enjoyed learning that stuff. A lot of the conversation about how the A-bomb worked and how we understand the reality of mathematics is well beyond me, but I really enjoyed learning about it anyway. So yeah, I'm always looking to grow and develop and figure stuff out. This will do a little bit of damage, actually get a kill, won't it? Neat. Nobody died. All good, all good. And a helmet! The most basic kind of helmet, going to look ridiculous on my hero, but one defense is better than no defense. I'm really grateful that when you equip things, they don't appear on your character, because can you imagine this mighty, mighty warrior with a tiny little pot on his head? Great. Great. Okay. So because we got the warlock here, we don't need to add any other troops to that stack. So what I'm going to do this way is stack up multiple troops and then go fight this group, and then have two functional armies marching about. So one archer, we'll then add some warriors as well. And for right now, I'm just going to leave them here. Are you going to attack my scout? I'm actually amazed they didn't, but also very, very, very grateful. Right here, there's a chest to pick up. Chests can always have some really cool items inside of them. Can't wait to see how that goes. Thinking I shouldn't move my scout in this direction, because I don't want to be seen as being aggressive, lest they might send their troops against us. The curse is now unlocked, so we can now weaken people as combat begins. Cool. And then... Brand of Wrath. Yeah, buff people who are not dark. The Houndmaster. I haven't seen a Houndmaster before. It'd be very cool to see. Alright, let's pick up this treasure. Lesser Tide Spirit. I don't want to be upset about a gift, but Yeah, definitely not anything I was planning for. What do you even do, man? What do you even do, comma man? Melee strike gives wet. Wet is not useful for our current setup. So you are a trash enemy that would be trashing, or trash character will kill Game Brew at some point. Here we have some mana flower thing, protected by a flow serpent. Our health's getting kinda low, so I'm thinking I should stop rushing in over and over again. With that said, allow me to rush in yet again. Fingers crossed. Excellent. Nobody died. Absolute heroic Tide Spirit leveled up too. And then this nest here, when we destroy it, we'll get one free troop to help us out. And I'm thinking I want to start a city down here also, because there's so many interesting and unusual items to collect in this area. We'll think about where it'll go soon, but our city capital has to have 2 more cities now, so we'll definitely do that. If we went back into friendly territory, we'd have a chance to heal our characters more quickly. But I'll trust that they'll heal themselves up by eating corpses someday. Back here though, we have a bunch of stuff to do. One, we can be happy to have a second character. We still need 4 more to fill that group. I'm considering just going all Dark Warriors and just berserker raging through the middle. We also finished making the production building, so producing more mana would be delightful. It only takes 2 turns to make the basic mana building, so I'll do that. And then down here, Scout's gonna scout. We're seeing the first bit of lava. I'm expecting the lava cannot be passed over. And more annexation. As of right now, we're still plus 20, so what is special and good? Well, there's some gold there. Gold plus production. Yes, please. Alright. I don't exactly trust this army to win this battle, so unfortunately we're going to have to go somewhere else for a time until we get our health back at least. And this next turn, I believe we're allowed to cast our Spawnkin. 1 more turn, it looks like. 25 more points, 1 more turn. And then we'll all become tiny and amazing. Okay. I wonder how much health you get back each turn. He has a heal you can use in combat, but can't use it outside of combat, unfortunately. Nonetheless, this should be a quick win. Yep. And another level up for our king. I think there's probably a ruler skill that allows you to heal your characters in your team more quickly. Is that true? Restore. That's a heal in combat, unfortunately. I thought there was something that heals up other people. Endurance training, maybe? While leader armies gain more troops, or more HP, rather. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that immediately gives them restoration quite yet. In which case, more killing needed. Like I said, Sentinel's amazing. Fighting's amazing, it's all amazing. We'll with Sentinels, we're able to get more retaliations when attacked. Cool. And little buddy here can start another battle. Try that. Fine. Level up here to champion, I believe. Or lead, actually, on my starting characters. 2 more level up left, but getting closer and closer. Now let's go scout more into the lava. Ooh, ah. Oh, almost found some knowledge also. Awesome. And then another tower to take over. And more of these spots for us to engage with. With our hero eventually. I wanted to clear this monster den before I started a new city. I'm thinking now that may not be appropriate. Oh, I'm also thinking we need to clear these spots if we're going to expand out and grab the mana and such. Also, what's this? Food stash. More food. More food. How did I miss all these nice things? Are the maps randomly generated each time we're set? Hey, Jama. So I know I'm playing a story mission right now. I think the story missions are preset maps. I think there may be more randomness in the non-story missions, though I'm not 100% on that, because I haven't played any non-story mission yet. But definitely this one is called the Caldera, and so it has enemies on the outside and then a volcano in the middle. Alright, it is time for us to become Spawnkin. We get smaller, more numerous, but do more damage. Time to get tiny. Beep. We look ridiculous. All this for the bonus damage. Again, I'm surprised this counts as bonus damage, especially on my hero, but if you say so, video game, if you say so. We're adorable. We can also now make some Houndmasters. Houndmasters are tier 2, though. And tier 2 units don't get the same bonuses from my racial abilities as tier 1, so not sure what I'm going to do with those. Alright, we then research what? Get a non-scout tier 1 unit. I'm probably doing that one next. Yeah, clearly. What would that do with halflings? Yeah, that's a good question. They're already so tiny. Probably become even tinier still. And we have more development skills if we want to. So, this one is free cities with whispering stones give vision. Free cities hate us this time, so we're not doing that. Here, gain gold for killing units. Yep, Berserker all the way. We have our mana building there now. I think I want to give a Houndmaster. What's weak point shot do? Oh, attacks in a line. Super interesting. Oh, that's not true. I misread. I'm sorry. It's affected by line of sight, but no. It stacks with weakening. No, it doesn't stack with weakening, does it? It stacks against marked. It does more damage against marked only. Yeah, my apologies. If it worked with weaken, that'd be amazing. But we have no way of casting marked yet, so let's do more warriors. Always more warriors. Let's do more production. And I kind of sort of want to grab this, but I have to send someone back to clear this area. How strong is this thing? It's only 110, 220, and 70. So this stack will be able to fight that once it's full. So no hero needed. So we will grab this, even though, you know, we're not going to get full utility on it until we start destroying stuff. It also lets us set up to the next one here, which will give us the Arcanium ore, and so we can quickly research units if we need to. If someone comes and attacks us, we'll see. Okay, big stack. Let's go. A war shaman does not want to fight. So the war shaman can give an actual factual heal to a group, as well as bonus damage, and keeps healing 6 HP every turn. I like experience points. However, I also like being able to heal other than just by eating people. So, 106 money to hire you. Yeah, to get a healer, I think it makes a good deal of sense. And how strong is this? 244. No one died yet. Cool. Continue to auto roll forward forever and always. Over here. That's my little scout. We can grab some knowledge. Fun. The hero can move as well. So up to 319 plus 120, so still not quite strong enough to fight the large monster here. Getting closer and closer on that. Yeah, I guess we're gonna head down towards the pyre with my whole stack now. Oh, no, I need to destroy Harrington. Right, I got confused what I was doing. What I'm doing is destroying all those who stand in my way. Of course. And Scout's gonna scout. Hey, more food. Hey, more expanding more quickly. End turn, please. There we go. Nope. Uh-oh. The end turn button does nothing. Well, we are damned eternally to this turn. How if I go to here and come back? Hey team. hey team, any cute suggestions? The exclamation mark is we've unlocked more things. So if we want to, we can go use excavation, but I don't need excavation. So I'm, at this point, intentionally not looking at that. Oh, that's unfortunate. Try enter at bottom right. Hey, that button worked instead. Thank you. Still cool, good call. So the other end turn does not work. This end turn might still work. Cool, thanks. Cool, thanks. Yum yum food. And then into the tower next turn. Dreadspire is not allowed to grab this, unfortunately. It may just be too far away. Or perhaps it's... and perhaps you can't expand from tiles that are occupied. I'm not sure on that one. Curious what's in here. But there's no more special tiles I'm seeing. Let's continue pushing production. We've met Zatur. Baroness Zorne Dark Raven of the Free City Zatur greets me with hostility. She hates me too. And don't you think our shared racial heritage curbs convictions? Alright, so there's actually a free city much closer to us than I realized. That may be an issue. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Okay, so as we head down here, can we see an enemy army? Yes. Oh, wow. This group's actually stronger than I thought it'd be. Because their hero's already level 4. Very attractive evokers robes. And Arcfire Orb. So their armies add up to 329, 180. 129, 397. We'll take this fight. It'll go very quickly and easily. But someone died. Okay, the someone is my Lesser Tide Spirit. So a character I do not care about. But I care about all my characters. And so we'll do this one manually. And then unfortunately, this needs to be our last battle of the day. So I got to get ready for the veterinarian to visit. And then I'm going to get a haircut. Oh, it'll be a good day. So the Watchers have a 60% chance of stunning a character with Psychic Gaze. They also do so much damage. They also can't be affected via charge. Well, this is fine. This might be a little challenging. We'll see, we'll see. Dago, good seeing you, my friend. How you doing? Okay. I think I want to fight them all with one group, just because they have a fair amount of HP, correct? Only 80. That's not so bad. Okay, this is fine. So I do have real actual factual healers now over here. The real actual factual healers over here can heal a large group. So for this turn, I want to stack together my troops as best I possibly can. And though it can come forward, I don't believe it can cast. Hey, it can. How far can you move and still be able to cast? Good. So instead, we're going to gather up over here. Do I have a Japanese barbershop I like? Yeah, I like my Japanese barbershop so much that I'm going 45 minutes away to a different prefecture to go see my old barber. He used to be 5 minutes walk down the street, but now he is very, very far away, and I don't care because I like him so much. Hey, it's a real heal. So every turn they'll get more health back also. That will be glorious. Yeah, I never thought I'd be the person to, go with the same barber over and over and over again. But he's one of the only people in all of Tokyo who knows me, and he was very, very nice to me. He's the guy who, the first time I came to his shop, had written out a little story for me in English. This story was, we're so honored to have you here. I do not speak good English, but I will help you. It was very, very sweet. And after that kind of effort, I will go to the ends of the earth to spend more time with him. We have 2 baby berserkers and then our ruler. So I'm sending the baby berserkers over here, even though charging is ineffective now. Do they do ear picking? Not that I know of. Definitely that's part of Japanese culture, but I don't think the barber here does. He does shaves, though, and I'm pretty excited for that. Man, they cast so far, don't they? So we stand roughly where we are right now. We won't get casted on quite yet. This side they will. I believe in you all. I believe that is the turn, then. Oh, delightfully didn't cast. Okay, so I'm feeling greedy, and when I feel greedy, I want to try to weaken the one before I charge in. Non-greedy is make everyone do more damage, or we can slow one. I don't think slowing one makes sense, so I'm gonna buff everybody. Only half listening. I live in Japan? Yes. I don't mind that you're half listening. I hope it gives you some company. But yep, I live in Japan. Ideally, I want to charge from the side. Oh, they can't be charged though, right? They don't get charge damage. So we could try to flank them, but... yeah, is there anything I can do to do more damage against them before we start? These folks can weaken, but only if they haven't moved at all. However, going here, I believe they can flank. No, they're all seeing eyes. They are unflankable even from behind. Nonetheless, a 66% chance of weakening. That'd be huge if so. Resist, unfortunately. Would have been great, but no luck. We'll just charge then. Then shooter guys. Oh, on this map, Berserk only hurts us. I mean, it does do... we can't get scared away. That's great. But because the 2 enemies are separated, they won't attack each other. Oh, this also does weakening, doesn't it? I didn't realize that shooting does weakening. Whoops! I should have fired before we attacked. It wouldn't have made a huge difference, but any difference would have been useful. Okay. And ready to go. Friends and ad breaks coming in 1 minute's time. Usually I'd stop and do crossword, but as this is the last fight of the stream, I'm just going to push through. So my apologies. All you're missing is me making bad decisions while fighting. UCAS weekend also. So we'll march on forward and do that. Great. And then charge. Okay, and little Tide Spirits can't do a darn thing. So move them in this direction. If the Tide Spirits berserk, they'll just attack their buddy. So I'm actually going to go as far away as possible with them in hopes that they don't kill any of our people. Alright, there is some berserking happening. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, so our archers received the blast, and then our hero did also. We're all berserked. Nobody resisted berserking. That's amazing. However, luckily all of our berserkers over here focused on the one and got the kill with the last of the berserking characters. So this worked out, not due to a good decision, but just because we got very, very lucky. So, cool, we win. A+, yes, I'll take it. Hey, and our hero leveled up again. Man, we're leveling up so fast this time compared to prior maps. I think there's some real joy in running from enemy to enemy to enemy, fighting as fast and as much as we possibly can. So, Eagle Eye gains range to our physical range attacks. We don't have any of those. Martial Expertise, 10% more damage. Sprinting can be super cool, so we can move through zones of control and set up flanks. Yeah, I'm going to continue being greedy and just putting more and more onto our hero for himself. And then, our first signature skill, Reckless Rage it is. More damage, more good. Then, and then, we have to actually select sprint and confirm it. There we go. My friends, I really hate to say it, but I do need to go. It's afternoon my time. The vet's coming in 52 minutes. For those of you who weren't here at the opening, the vet is coming because my cat Sasha is not doing well at all. That said, she's better than she was last time the vet came. So I think Sasha Bear will continue living after today, which is a strange thing to say, but I think she'll be around tomorrow too. We'll see how long that lasts. I also have a fun little haircut today, so when you see me next time, I will be clean shaven and have shorter hair, and that will be good. And next time, we're playing Crusader Kings 3. Now, with that said, I sure do want to come back to AOW 4 before too long. No promises on when, but it is a really cool, really fun game. Thank you to those of you who recommended to me to play this one. I'm very, very glad I did so. So, we will see you in a couple days here. Tomorrow's my off day for more CK3, more strategizing, and more fun. As always, I appreciate you all. See you again real soon. Goodbye and thank you.